Okay, here we go. Control room 1. Let's run the intro. Hey, and here we are on the ArchieLuxury live stream channel, and we've got Timely Behavior. How are you, Timely? Tell me that.
Pretty good. Feeling good. Ready to go.
Go. Yeah. No. It's great to see you here today. You're the co-host with me. We run this thing. And we've got, speaking of loyal co-hosts, we've got the Hunting Cat. How are you, Mike? Hello, Mike.
Mikey.
He's okay.
Hey, Arch.
So hey. just quickly before we kick off as well.
Okay, but I'm having computer issues. Can you hear me?
Oh, that's okay. Yeah, I can hear you, mate. Yeah. It's fine.
Okay. I'm having computer problems, so if I disappear, don't worry about it.
No worries.
So just a quick one before we kick off with what we're doing. Yesterday, we had Phoenician Cedar wanting to contact me about getting his grandfather's watch.
I may log off.
It's okay, Mikey.
Do that, jump back.
Yes, Phoenician Cedar.
So anyway, long story short, the gentleman contacted me through you.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And we had a really nice discussion yesterday about the watch and going back a little bit in regards to the watch, what needs to be done and so forth. So sounds like it's just a basic service and a crystal replacement. Just give it a bit of a tidy up. But yeah, it was his grandfather's. He wore it every day kind of thing. So it's that backstory that means...
This is the problem. A lot of these pocket watches like that.
Well, this is a wristwatch.
Oh.
But yeah.
What sort of watch? What brand? Any brand?
He sent me some pictures. It's more of a boutique brand. It's not coming to mind just off the top of my head, but 17 jewel mechanical wine, gold plate, 35 mil. So the standard kind of setup of a vintage watch. It's got a Cyclops on the acrylic for the date. It's got a 3 o'clock date. Looks like a great watch. It looks like something that his grandfather probably enjoyed for many, many years, and he wants to now throw it on for a bit of nostalgia. So we'll get that sorted out.
No, I don't blame him. This is the problem, is that a lot of these watches, if you take them in to get a quote from a watchmaker, because of their overhead structure, you can't get it serviced cheaply.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's so you take it in. The quote isn't really a quote because all they can say is this is what a basic service will cost. But if it requires new parts, if it requires anything like that, then that's always added on top. For me, I'm kind of lucky in a way because I've got a lot of spare parts for the more popular movements, I guess. And also what I don't have, I'm very good friends with Cove's brother, and he's always helping me out for stuff like that as well. So, yeah.
So that is fancy. This is where it's very handy for you to be able to do some of this stuff here.
Yeah.
JJ's just sent us the link. JJ's telling me he sent us the link, and
a heads up, it was a really good show as well that he did. So if anyone wants to watch that after for a replay, it was really good.
Yeah, no, JJ's a great guy. I've always been, he's you really, over time you find out who your true friends are, and JJ, he's a really true friend. So I got to tell you, he's a genuine guy, and the JJ viewers just joined us there, so we're gonna bip bip in the viewership, which is greatly appreciated, JJ. The big problem is, Timely, is often you have one of these vintage watches or a pocket watch. It's not worth repairing. You know what I'm saying? It's often not worth
the finishing price of the watch based on the repair. It doesn't weigh up. Yeah, I get what you're saying. So the watch might only be like a $500 watch, but it's a $1,200 repair. So I
had
that.
a guy I used to work. I was going to say he's a friend. He's not really a friend. A guy I used to work with. He got fired because of this. What happened is he worked for a big jewelry chain in Queensland.
Yep.
One of the ladies that he worked with, well, she was, I think, accounts or reception or something. She had an antique pocket watch. She wanted, it was her family, sentimental value, you know?
Yeah.
And they quoted her like over $1,000 to do the work, right?
Super chat. Yeah, 100%.
Phoenician Cedar, $5. Timely is a champion. Thanks for the lead, AC3. Keep up the good work, boys. Thank you. And what happened was, so he said, look, he would do the work for her, right?
Yeah.
For about $150. And he the way he justified it, he said, I'll buy the parts from the employer. I'll buy the parts. And they took that really badly. They said, you're pinching jobs from us.
Yeah.
And they fired him. Yeah. And the reality is the multiplier, I've worked in jewelry. I remember one time, whenever you needed to get parts, the multiplier was 7 times. So if it cost you $100, you sold it for $700. That was the multiplier. I think, oh, fuck. How can you tell customers that's the price? It just made me cringe. You know what I mean?
100%.
And often the sentimental value is it's great to get some of this, because I don't have terribly much stuff from, I got my, actually, I don't know if I still have my that might have been taken in the robbery as well, but it was a nothing special watch. And yeah, it's look, it's nice to have things passed down there. A lot of people think they got a pocket watch, they've seen Antiques Roadshow. No, it's not a perpetual calendar. It's just a piece of, you know, because there's a lot of average pocket watches. Hello, Mr. Sexy. How are you?
What is happening, boys? I thought I'd join you.
Hey, what are you wearing there? What is that thing on your wrist there?
Oh, it's my glasuta.
Check. I'm wearing my bluesy.
You're wearing your bluesy? What are you wearing?
I've gone back.
You're wearing the Reverso, of course.
Reverso.
And we've got the glass suit. That glass suit, that looks nice. Actually, I was going to say it looks like a lange there indeed. We got that watch boy. How are you, that watch boy? He's good.
Howdy, y'all.
Howdy. Oh, it's I got to tell you, it's an interesting show we've got for you today, guys. We've got now, I got to tell you, just out of interest there, guys, Bear is always welcome on our stream. He is always welcome on our stream. We would love to have him back on our stream, but, you know, I understand. I think Bear went put too much, he did too much stuff. He just went crazy. He went crazy, worked himself into a situation where he's not happy. So, you know, I got to be honest with you. Just be careful, Timely. I'll be here for a long time. That's always my advice now, is to just slow down. Let's just take it easy.
And moderation is the key word you're looking for.
Moderation. That's what it was.
Exactly. Moderation. Because if you put so much effort in, it's going to piss off your family and other parts of your life. That's not good. But people get very addicted to these streams. So
well, I'm happy to say at the moment, everyone's cool with me doing what I'm doing, family related. Everyone's happy. So
I'm addicted to a lot of things, I've got to admit.
Yes, that link I sent to you yesterday, Mr. GMT.
Yeah. Yeah, that
Thank
wonderful
you.
Part of
link.
the addiction.
Thank you for that.
Hey,
Now,
I'll
yes.
be back in a few.
Hey, no worries, Mike. It's okay, man. It's cool. I got to tell you now, we got some interesting stuff to go through today. We're going to look at Showcase. James from Showcase Watches. We're going to look at his collection. We're going to have a bit of a talk about it. Phoenician Cedar. Timely is a champion. Thanks for the lead, AC. To keep up the good work. Are you actively looking for more watch work or not?
Whatever comes my way, pretty much. I'm not like advertising.
You're not advertising or doing stuff like that. I'm
just happy to work
have
on
a look.
whatever. For me, what I normally do is I normally find ones like on eBay, whatever, broken for repair or spares that I know I can make some good money out of because they're going cheap when they're broken. And generally, I know that I've got replacement parts for that model because I know what movements go with what watches.
Mm-hmm.
Buy them, give them a part replace if they're broken, service them, and make sure they're running well. Test them out for a month or two just to make sure I'm not going to have any issues, and then I on-sell them.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah,
that's,
I'm always happy to help out a fellow punter, right? So, like,
yeah, no.
Peters is an absolute gentleman. We had a nice conversation yesterday. So yeah, not a problem. And fellow New South Welshman. So, yeah. So no, that's good. So in the interim, and while we're waiting for James, there's
by the way,
I'd like to bring up as well.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I'll share my screen.
Sure.
So give us a second. So there's this, right? I caught a glimpse of it the other day. So it's a B01 chronograph. Yep, no worries. The difference with this one, this is like dedicated to the 747. Yeah. So
I love 747s, don't you?
Yeah. So the color spec of this is based on the original 747 flight, which I will show you now. So it's based on.
Oh, there you go.
I think 1969, was it? 1969?
Hang on.
68, maybe.
Should have the information down the bottom.
Yeah, 69. There you go.
69.
Very good.
Yeah. February 9. Look at that. Sorry, just back there. February 9, 1969. You know what the funny thing is? I picked up my Beamer delivery date February 9.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
Jeez, it's coming up to a year already. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's the color scheme that they're going for, basically. And
yes.
you know, they're just basically doing an ode to the 747's original test flight. So this is the watch that you get. So you've got a B01. We all know about the B01. Yeah. So we'll just flick through a couple of photos here. On the inner ring there, the red ring around. So not the chapter ring with all the info, but the next one in. Down at the what is it, the 8 o'clock, you see where it says Boeing 747 and so forth. So it's just a little bit of a nod.
That is cool that they did that. That's a nice little touch. It's nice.
Yeah. It's at the 8 o'clock. Oh,
8 o'clock,
okay.
Yeah.
Especially if you're into aviation, this is awesome to get.
It doesn't ruin the aesthetics of it. It doesn't make it something like, for example, you know, the Bond Seamasters on the early ones, they would put big 007 as the counterweight and whatever, and sort of ruin it. This just gives a nice, stylish, sort of tasteful nod to it without interfering with the actual watch itself. So you can enjoy it as a B07, but without it like killing your life, basically. And then
the red
on the
chronograph
back,
hand.
you know, you've got it all.
One of 747.
Correct. That's the next thing I was going to go through.
Original jumbo jet.
The 747. So just as a
because the 747s is highly pilots apparently love this aircraft.
Yeah, it's their favorite.
I've been in the cockpit. I've been underneath because I used to work for Qantas.
So shit! You're joking.
Yeah, I worked for them for 3 years.
Wow.
So what do we think of this watch, boys?
Look, I reckon for someone. Yeah, sorry.
13,000 is a lot of money, Aussie. Fuck, that's expensive. Sorry, can I say that?
Yeah.
So that's about 10 US, isn't it? About 10 US.
Yeah, I think so.
Look, I can see. I'd like to buy this second hand for about 8.5.
Well, that's what they're going to go for eventually.
Yeah, pretty much.
I fucking love it. I got that bracelet like Mr. GMT's got on his.
Yeah.
Right, it's my favorite bracelet. That bead. It's not a beads of rice. It's a 5 link. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 links.
And
7 links.
You know
Sorry,
how
7
comfortable
links.
it is, Arch? It's so comfortable, man. Really, really
Yes. 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 Oh, Showcase is trying to come on. We'll just wait for him to see if he can come on. I got to be honest with you. A lot of these things are quite cheesy, but I like it.
This isn't like this is. It's it's the B01 color scheme kind of thing, but it's been leaned towards the 747 in a tasteful way, right? So you got the right colors. It's the standard where the B01 would have the its original dial look, but it's just a tasteful nod to the 747.
I think if you're really into your aviation, this would be a perfect watch for you. Perfect.
Oh yeah, 100%. If you're a pilot or you're
just into
aficionado of aviation and so forth, this would be great.
A lot of engineers would go for something like this. Aircraft engineers.
Madman says he wishes it was 41. How many mils is it? 42, I think, isn't it?
43.
43. Far out. Okay, it's
yeah.
big. Yeah.
And because of its dial layout and so forth, it looks a bit bigger than it actually is as well. So it looks a little bit bigger than you would expect as well when you put it on the wrist. But that's just because it's all dial. It has that deep pan kind of a look to it. So yeah. So it's not for the small wristed, basically. Yeah.
I wouldn't buy this because my 41 fits me perfectly. So I wouldn't go for something. I wouldn't go any more than 41 that I've got.
But at the same time, it's a pilot's watch, right? So that's why it's that touch bigger. If you look back through history, majority of pilots' watches were oversized for that purpose.
I think that ring and the subdials would bring it in just that little bit. It won't look as large on your wrist. I could be wrong. You got to try it on, but it could give it that, you know.
It also comes on a leather strap, but I think it looks better on the bracelet, to be honest. On this particular model.
Yeah. It's interesting because if this is successful, they can bring out 727, 707, 737.
Yep.
737 Max. You know, that's the one that had probably won't bring that one out, but they could bring out the 757, 767, 777. They could bring out a version.
So you said it comes on a leather strap, yeah?
Yes.
Would it be a black leather strap with the red stitching or anything like that, or is it just a plain?
Brown?
Oh, it's a brown leather strap.
And I will work with you. I think Archie's right. I think it is a brown one.
Okay.
Just give us a sec. I'll just
because that would look so nice if it was a black leather strap with red stitching. Bang! It would really set it off.
GMT,
I gotta tell you,
you don't happen to have a super chat switch, do you?
I don't have one, but I don't know what's going on with that super chat switch. I don't even have the bloody tools to fix it. That was a Bear that had that. So we got to get the tools off Bear so we can start fixing this super chat button. Hey, boys and girls out there, come on, super chat, man. Seriously, ask your questions.
Okay, here is your watch. I'll get rid of this language bit. That's what it comes on. But yeah, if it had red stitching, I mean, that would make it pop.
Yeah. Oh shit. So what? So it's what? So it's $3,000 for the bracelet? Fuck! What the hell?
That's a lot of money.
Oh no, that's US dollars. Sorry, this is no, it's not. Sorry, this one's the other one was Aussie dollars. Sorry, no. That's,
Jesus,
that's quite it's only $1,000 difference. So that's okay.
3,000.
I think it looks better on the bracelet, but
it does.
I like.
It looks way better.
You like the inner leather, don't you?
I like the yellow. Yeah, the yellow is very. JL $10. How do you super chat? Guys, down in the where you've got your comments, where you type your comments, there's a little sign that's got a dollar sign there. You press that button.
It normally flashes, so you know it gets your attention, so you can actually hit it. Super chat your question in.
That's exactly it. It's very simple, highly addictive. Once you super chat,
Archie will answer any question you have, so don't hesitate to ask.
Exactly. And the panel will make sure he answers them. If he doesn't, they'll be
All right, we'll be cracking the whip.
Well, that's your job,
cracking
Tommy.
the whip.
I'm just here
Crack
to observe the
whip.
cracking.
Yeah,
cracking.
observe
That's
the cracking.
exactly
it
it
finished.
there. Exactly there. It's I got to tell you, it's a very interesting. Geez, I just think. What do I think? I love it.
Well, that
I love
photo- I
it
like
because
that
I love
photo.
the
That photo's good.
747 is a lot of. Would they bring out a Airbus version Concorde? You never know the.
Can you imagine a Concorde version? That'd be great.
But
You
would
reckon
you'd
they
want
would?
it?
I suppose
Look,
it was a very
personally,
iconic.
I reckon with this, if maybe they adjusted the color of the leather minutely, make it a bit lighter, not much, but a bit, and give you an option of red stitching, I reckon the leather strap would be a beautiful thing. I do like the leather backing, like you said. It does work well with the watch itself. I think it's a beautiful watch. 43, I get it. Pilot's watch, not for everyone though. Yes,
I reckon
it's
you could
a limited
pull it
number,
off.
but they
You
are
boys could pull it
limiting
off.
who would buy it too.
The last 747 being delivered on Friday. I thought it was already
That's sad.
delivered.
That's sad. Regardless, it's a beautiful aircraft.
And that's probably
And-
why they're doing this release.
And it pulled Boeing out of bankruptcy as well.
Yes.
At the time, from memory, Boeing and other companies were working on very similar to the Concorde, supersonic jets, holding a little bit more people so that you can get people to and from a lot faster. And then they had the 747 as like a back project. Well, the supersonic project all went to caca, and they
Yes.
threw all their resources at the 747. And because of that, they were behind on getting it ready for its finish and when it was going to be released. So, and they made it. They had a lot of issues along the way, but they made it. And here's James.
Hello, James. How are you? Hello, James. I think he's there. Hello, Showcase. Showcase?
Nope.
Oh, he's fallen. We'll just.
That again. Must be having technical difficulties, but yeah, they had issues with vibration in the wings and all sorts of things when they were doing tests. But yeah, they got it on time. It became one of the most reliable aircraft ever made. The biggest sellable aircraft probably in history, I think.
Have you ever
yeah.
been on a 707?
No, but I was on the 737-800 on my way up to see Mr. Sexy. Super chat.
Super chat, big guns, $5. Archie, JAL flight 123 was one of the worst disasters. 747 SR. And JAL is a top airline. That was a top airline. That was the disaster where it flew into the mountain, I think, wasn't it? It was a passenger flight from Tokyo to Osaka, 1995. They they had a sudden decompression.
Yep, that's the one.
Yeah, that was a very, very, very sad situation there. It crashed on Mount Takamagawa, 100
Boys,
kilometers from Tokyo.
I'm going to be back in a minute. My wife's calling me. I'll just hop off and I'll
no.
come back on.
All right.
Four
see you
people
soon.
survived.
Well, very lucky people.
It's
Yeah. So that's one of the things that I had today, and then I've got some other stuff in regards to what's a good buy, I guess. Yeah. And we could do that now, or we could do that after James is on. It's up to you, whatever you'd like.
Hey, I actually had a quick question for Arch. Just super quick, Arch. Is the 40 millimeter Explorer 2 still a good buy when the 42 millimeter exists? What do you think?
Look, what I like about the 42 mil Explorer 2 is the improved bracelet, the new type bracelet. They made some big improvements, got the solid end links, the improved bracelet. Personally, I like the 40. I think the 40 is a great Explorer 2. You can't go wrong either way, but they've taken the watch a generation affront. They improved that clasp, how it works. I think that's the big thing to go for a 42. And I like a slightly bigger size. It's got bigger indices. I like how they've done it. But hey, if the 40 works for you, there's nothing wrong with the 40. The 40 is a great watch. 40 is a great watch.
Yeah, you mentioned it yesterday. You got me thinking. I'll let you know what I end up doing.
No worries. And
Thanks,
that
Arch.
flight JAL, I think they lost hydraulics was the reason. Which is
it wasn't, but I will say this though: the plane itself, the livery on the plane it's a beautiful looking plane, like the way that they dressed it all up. Yeah. So
I mean, there was a number of.
showcase.
We've got showcase now on. Let's see. We'll start without me. I've recently moved house and my tech is crap. I'll hop on once I've shoveled some coal in the boiler.
So James, what we'll do
boiler.
is I've got a few other things that we can go through and present. So we'll wait till I guess the next hour marker, and if you're not on by then we'll just start. I guess
Yeah, that's
give
probably
a
the
bit of time.
best
I've got
way.
a bit of stuff to go through anyway, so that's fine. All right, so we've seen the Breitling. Let's move on to best buys, I guess. Right. So
yes, sir.
At the moment, I've gone through one of our sponsors, which is David. Go on, Arch. David SW.
David SW. David SW. David SW.
There we go. So, one of the ones today that we have, I can get this up on the screen. Guys, bear with me. This is all sort of new. I'm learning. This is amateur hour for me. All right, so I've got, at the moment, David SW has a Harrods going.
Ooh.
So 79230G. So this has got the in-house movement, same like on mine on the 41. So this obviously is the same. So basically same watch with the Harrods bezel on it.
Yeah.
So 72-hour power reserve. You've got the full balance bridge. So it's good for anti-shock. Anti-magnetism partially as well. You've got the lovely looking Tudor dial with the
snowflake hands,
shield, gilt dial.
Geez, I never noticed the tip of the second hand is in that green as well. I didn't notice that.
It's been color schemed, which looks great. I think it's fantastic looking piece. And generally, Tudor like to also color match their the crown tube.
Yes.
So if it's black, it's black. If it's red, kind of thing. So I'll try and get a closer look at it. I think. And
that's green as well there.
I think it's green on this one, but I mean that's a great looking watch. What do you think of the Tudor, Archie? I know you're a red heritage.
Yeah, I always liked the burgundy. They also, another limited edition Tudor did was the Berkshire, the blue. They did the Berkshire. I hope I pronounced that wrong. Berkshire blue was another limited edition.
Yep.
I like it. I think it's cool. I think it's very cool.
It's not
expensive.
Same bracelet. So you've got the faux rivets.
Do you like some people? What do you think of? I loved them. I thought they were great.
I actually quite like it because it harps back to the old bracelets of the riveting and so forth, but without all the drama of it. So no stretching, no jingly jangly hollow sound to them. They're good solid links, but they have that nostalgia that harp back to the original. Yeah, I quite like it. What I don't like though are these clasps. They're great. They got the ceramic ball bearing spring loaded lock pretty much.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. I don't like that it hasn't got an adjustment similar to a Rolex, but again, you're not paying the price of a Rolex.
No, that's right.
So you sort of got to take the good with the bad, right? So it has micro adjust. Unfortunately, it's pull out the spring bar tool to micro adjust, but I do like the styling of it. How they've got the Tudor shield in there with the lock at the same time. Like they've dressed it up nicely. Like it looks great. Just it's a shame about not having some kind of glide lock or micro adjust.
Yeah, yeah. Some people, the criticism with the Tudor is it's very thick. It's a very top heavy watch. How do you find that?
I find that for me personally, with my wrist size, it's actually not too bad. I mean, it takes a little bit of getting used to it first, but once you're used to it, it's not bad. It depends on one, how big your wrist is, and two, how loose you wear the watch. Some people like to wear a bracelet loose. Some people like to wear it tight, and some people I've seen like to wear it where it looks like the circulation is getting cut off completely.
Yes.
That it looks nasty, guys. So
I don't like that. I've never liked that. I don't like that. I don't like to have it too tight. I hate that.
So you got Big Gun saying better on a strap. I agree. From the top down, they look great on a strap. Not better, great. The only problem with the 41 case is with a strap. When you're looking at it on a profile like that, there is a hell of a lot of case between where the strap is and where the top of the crystal is. Like you can see a lot of steel there, and that kind of ruins it for me on a strap. But
I would always say you're best to buy it on a bracelet and get the strap optional.
Get the strap after, yeah. It's a cheaper option. It's a better way of going about it. These have the same setup in regards to a bracelet like Rolex with the pins. They're a screw-in pin. Oyster bracelet setup, so it's very easy. You know, if you need to reduce it, you know, it's just a screw. Undo the screw, remove it, and when you're ready to put it back in, watchmakers that I know recommend just a small amount of medium strength Loctite on the thread. Just literally the very head of a toothpick, brushing it on the thread just a touch, putting it back in, and that stops it from coming out. But later, when you want to take it out with a screwdriver, it'll crack and come straight out. You won't have any issues getting it out. It just prevents it from undoing. So that's 100%. The Harrods. So I always liked the look of the Harrods. It was a nice, not a bit of a different look to me. It looks like a bit of a Kermit setup, not a Cermit. A bit of a Kermit setup. So similar color scheme. It's a bit different, but it's got kind of that nod to it as well. So
Archie, you would choose the Tudor over on Omega, right? Over the Seamaster. You would choose this one personally.
Look, I got to be honest with you. I personally, I don't like paying extra for these special limited editions. It kind of Harrods doesn't really mean much to me. It's a department store. It's like the David Jones. It's a fancy
department store in London, right?
Yeah. I'd probably go with the burgundy. I think, but it is an interesting twist. If you want something, if green is your color. Okay, if green is your color, that's why you'd go with this here. If green is your color,
I guess if you like the Kermit and you've got champagne taste, but you've got Johnny Double Black budget.
Yes,
and you can.
There's nothing wrong with Johnny Double Black budget. That's pretty.
There was, but there's a bit of a gap.
We're not talking teachers. We're not talking teachers or VAT 69.
Well, look. To be honest, I've got a Black Bay 41 black, right, and that's far less in value than this, and I love that. The green is great. I love it.
What is the glass on these Tudors? I've often wondered. What the fuck is it? Like, it feels like plastic, but it's actually sapphire. It's got that.
It's a dome sapphire.
What is it? It is definitely sapphire.
100%, yeah. It's a dome sapphire.
Because it's got a bit of a plasticky look to it. You know what I'm saying, don't you?
Yeah,
or not?
It's designed. 100%. It's designed to look like the original. Yeah. Hang on a sec. We got Big Guns here with a super chat.
Big Guns, $5. Are those Harrods numbered on the case? No, I don't think.
Sure.
I don't think they are.
Let's have a quick check. Quick check. We saw a couple of shots of the case, one on each side. I don't think they're numbered. No, that's just if you have a look, that's just the model number. They all have that. Even mine has a 79230. Because that's the in-house caliber. So the MT56, I think it is. No, I don't think they're numbered, to be honest. I honestly don't. They're just there's few of them around. When they do come up for sale, they're always about 20% extra on pricing. But that's why I brought it up, because I thought this would be, if you have a look at the pricing on this, I think it's American pricing, obviously David SW, but that's pretty much in line with market. But the Harrods is, you know, that if you want something special, you like the Black Bay, it's you know, that little bit extra, little bit special. But yeah, back to the crystal. It is a raised.
See what the tie-in is here. It's
dome.
also, if you're English, if you've got an English connection, this is a great way
yeah.
to show your Englishness. And then remember, it's British racing green, and it's the Harrods color is green, and it's also, the thing about this is it's kind of unique. It's kind of it's very cool. I can see a lot of reasons why. Sorry, you're talking about the dome crystal.
No, that's all right. Go, keep going.
I got to be honest with you. It doesn't do anything for me, but because Harrods doesn't mean terrible. It's just a department store. But if you love green, I think this Harrods are numbered. You watch
go.
Collector UK. Watch. Can you see the back of it? Do we see
No,
any
not on
pictures
this
of the back?
particular picture.
Okay.
Not on the David SW site.
Okay.
I can go playing around to try and find it, but
No, that's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
I wanted to move on to the next piece, and again, sticking with the theme.
Ooh.
Right. So another Black Bay here. This is the ceramic. So it's not for everyone. Yeah. Depends on your taste and your style. But yeah, if you have a look at this particular model. You know, again, full box papers, comes on the leather and on the NATO. It just
see $3,500 for a
doesn't it?
ceramic modern piece. Fuck, that's pretty good buying, isn't it?
Yeah, and this is why I thought I'd bring it up. So, you know, it's good for David SW. People see it. People want to go in and have a look at the watch, but also at the same time for the punters, you know, I'm just trying to look and shop around and see what I can find in regards to, you know, if there is a bit of a bargain as well. Just, you know, if anyone's around and they're in the market for something. And I mean, this is a little bit different to what you would normally find. So you sort of
could I just bring one thing up there? I'll just bring one thing up there. I'm just going to share my screen here for one moment. This is actually what I'll just bring it up for one moment. That's what the Harrods number looks like. Special edition's got the Harrods H number, da. There we go. Sorry, that's just okay, back here. You know what?
I just want to bring this comment up for a second. I just want to answer this comment. So
yes.
AP, would be nice to see some watches in person rather than internet. Just a suggestion. Suggestion is noted, and it is one of the things that I actually have in my notes. Pardon the pun. And it's something I'm working on, but it's not something I'm working on at the moment. I've got to talk with a few people and so forth and see what I can do.
But AP, let's just be realistic there. I've owned a couple of Black Bays. Timely's got a Black Bay. Mike likes Tudor. He had the Pelagos. We're a good panel to discuss this sort of stuff, because it's not like we've never had any of these. We've had quite a few Tudors, and we have experienced the Tudor experience. So I think it's always good to push the envelope. You know, I prefer.
I agree.
So I do like the black. You know, I prefer ceramic to PVD. Have you seen PVD?
Yeah,
oh, absolutely. Yeah, PVD is like a less hard coating than DLC. Or PVD is a form of DLC, if I'm not mistaken. But DLC is nearly unscratchable. I mean, it is like one step below diamonds as far as hardness goes. Very difficult to scratch, but if you put a digger in it, it's there forever. You know, there's no
PVD looks great when you first buy it. It looks nice and clean and everything looks great. And then you give it a few months and, you know, you'll put a scratch in it and that's it. You're going to see the stainless underneath. And it wears out eventually just from, you know, movement and rubbing on clothing or wrist or whatever. You'll actually see the steel start to come through. It wears out. So anyone
that must be PVD.
That
must be PVD.
Be aware.
I used to work at a knife shop making $3,000 pocket knives, and we DLC coated a number of them. And I have a DLC coated knife that was bead blasted first, then DLC coated. Been in my pocket for 10 years with my keys and everything else, and there is not a mark on it. There's no sign of wear, no sign of age, and that thing has been handled and used for 10 years solid. So DLC is a completely different ball game than PVD.
Yep, 100%. This you don't have to
And-
worry about being black ceramic. You know, I
'Cause,
love
yes.
the way that they've done the finishing touches on this watch. There's a
Is the
great
case
brush look.
ceramic? Is the case itself ceramic?
Yes,
Okay.
just-
what about the buckle and the tang and stuff?
I'm pretty sure that is as well.
Okay.
So just
Interesting.
going back to the case, look at the bezel, the brushing on the bezel. I mean, it's
Yeah.
That
finished
looks amazing. That looks
exquisitely.
amazing.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's
And
it's like there's certain things you can do with ceramic that you can't do with anything else.
And the writing on the dial as well gives it that nod, you know, to the ceramic.
Yeah.
But personally, if I was into ceramic watches, I would be all over this thing. This looks fantastic.
I mean, that's the thing. Some people are into ceramic. Some people are into bronze. I like steel. I've always liked stainless steel. I find steel to be one of the best all-round metals. But hey, each
Check
his
out the
own.
movement.
Ceramic, I can see myself like banging against the wrong thing and having a chip
I know.
chunk off.
Yes,
and you
that
know
scares me.
that's going to happen. You know that's going to happen.
And
it's
again,
hard.
the dress work on the movement itself. You know, for example, if you have a look at the bridge or the bridges on the back of the movement, you can see all the detail outlining has a beautiful brush kind of finish to it.
Mhm.
It does look very industrial, but I mean that's the look of the watch. That's the whole thing. So I think it's a beautiful watch. They finished the rotor well. I think this is a really good buy at its price point from David SW.
I agree.
Yeah.
And I agree with you. I think
Super
it's beautiful in its own right.
Here we go. Big guns, $5. My future Tudor 3-piece collection would be 43mm bronze Bergerac, 41mm black ceramic, and 39mm black Bay 58 silver. That's the silver edition. Interesting.
Okay. Yeah.
Bronze, ceramic, and
interesting.
silver. Very interesting.
Let's
Yeah.
have a look at the bronze one that he was talking about. Let me just.
I've had that one on my wrist, and it's a very interesting watch. And their claim about that particular alloy of bronze is that it's not supposed to age or patina. That's their claim.
Super chat.
Mike, can you
Mikey,
tell us
this one's for
5
you. You want to
things?
read it out?
Mike, can you P Klein $5? Thank you very much. Mike, can you tell us 5 things you've learned about watches from listening to the AC3 live stream? I've learned about 100 different things, different brands, different models of different brands. There's too many to list. Specifically, I learned, I can't really put a nail on the head, but I learned little intricacies that I didn't know about a certain model of watch. Let's say, it had this type of indus, or on the Submariner, the dots, were big a certain year and small on a certain other year, when we get back into vintage stuff like that. That's the kind of stuff that I enjoy learning and that I did learn.
So yeah, just on the Black Bay bronze, a lot of comments in the chat, and I have seen it as well. It does actually patina. I have seen patina on the bronze. It's not supposed to, but it does.
Yes.
And it's very easy to remove, but a lot of people that buy the bronze watches actually want the patina because they don't patina the same any two watch. So it kind of gives them that unique look, if that makes sense. It's sort of like, vintage dials when they start to patina and you get those spider web cracks in them and so forth, where no two.
No
weapons
one's
are the
done
same.
that, have they? They haven't copied the spider. You notice they've done the faux patina, but no one's done the
No one's
spider
copied
web
the spider web.
crack or the
No.
washed out. Well, they had the washed out brown. Omega did the washed out. You know how they had the brown dial
Yep,
Speedmasters? They did that.
They tried to go
It's,
tropic, yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it there. It's interesting stuff. I love this bronze here on the screen here. I love the 369, the mill sub look of this. That's incredible. That's a beautiful.
And just on that as well, Archie, right? So your opinion, because I don't think I've ever heard you really comment on this. So do you like the dials that start to have the spiderweb crack or some kind of pattern or...
Look, I'll be totally honest with you. I'm always scared the bits will fall out. You know, the stuff will fall. Look, hey, here we go. We got Aussie expat. Hey, Aussie, how are you,
Hey,
man?
G'day, gentlemen. You're baiting me with this beautiful Tudor talk. Can't get enough.
Yes, yes.
Can't get enough.
You know, I would very easily add a Tudor Black Bay again. I would easily add a Burgundy Tudor Black Bay again. They're a great bang per buck watch.
The only problem is
amazing.
you would just as easily sell it off again. I think that's the problem, right?
They're so liquid.
You know what I think that one of the coolest things that anybody could do is do a copper or bronze case, silver plated, such that as it wore and as you used it, the patina shone through as copper or bronze. And I can bring you an example of that. I have a candle holder that's made of this special silver. It's got a certain name. I can't think of it right now.
The only problem with that is generally when something's plated, it's about 20 microns thick, and it takes about 40 years for that bronze to come through.
Well, if you polish it a lot, you can speed that up.
I know, but then what's the point in having, like, you might as well just buy a bronze. And
we got Danny. Hey, Danny.
It's the uneven look of it all. You know, it's the patina look that you end up with. It's just a thought.
So
okay, guys, we got 13 minutes before we start the showcase watch review. I'm going to read you the review. We got a lot. It's pretty long. Review here.
We've got a lot to cover.
Exactly. So we'll start that in 13 minutes time. Aussie expat, how are you? Tell us. Give me some goss. What's happening? Give me some goss.
I'm not super into the goss, but I just want to say there's two bronze watches in Tudor's lineup now. You got the Black Bay bronze, which is I think the 58 bronze, which is the boutique only edition. That one. That one is very cool. There's the Black Bay Heritage, which I think we're pointing out. They all patina. You know, they did say that the Black Bay 58 bronze wasn't supposed to patina, but it does. And certainly the old one does patina. But it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But I think you need to be a more distinguished gentleman. That sort of look where it's sort of wearing and looking, getting character is something that's really fitting a more distinguished gentleman, I think.
Phoenician Cedar, $2.
Here we go. Phoenician Cedar, $2. I regret selling my Black Bay Smiley Black Bezel. So the Smiley, that was the ETA version.
And they're worth just that little bit more now as well.
I'd love an Etta Pelagos. I'd love.
You've done it now. I'll be right back. Now you've done it. See.
Yes.
I mean, the biggest killer for the Pelagos is, it's slightly too thick for many people. But the Etta was actually thinner, and it's cool now, right? It's cool that it's you get a 2-liner Etta Pelagos.
Do you know the bronze? The bronze Tudor. I had one of them, and it just went dark. I didn't think it really patinaed. It just went dark. I wanted it.
Could you polish it up with some Brasso?
No, I wanted it to go get a patina. I wanted it to go get the blue and the green mold on it to see what it looked like. But it don't go that far. It just goes dark.
Oh, okay.
I think it depends on your sweat, but
yeah.
Well, I was wanking with it on, so it should have fucking changed.
You got to get a different mix of the bodily fluids on there to get some swirl marks on it.
Yeah, well, I took bezel off because it had all sand in it, so I took it off to fucking clean it out. And what they do with them, this proper dirty trick. What they do, they put this gasket in it that you can only use once. So once you take it off, it's like a nylon gasket, and once you take it off, it goes out of shape. So you have to send it back to Tudor. And I said, oh, I just need another gasket. They went, oh no, we need to service your full watch. So I said, there's no wrong with watch. I just need a gasket for it. And they won't have it, so I just fucking sold the bastard.
Is that
Yes.
the Heritage? It looks fantastic.
No, this
man.
is. Hang on, I'll take it off just so you can get a better look. This is the 41.
Isn't that what's referred to as the
wow.
Heritage?
Well,
I thought the
sorta, kinda,
Heritage
the names
was
change
the
all
Monte
time.
Carlo. Wasn't the Heritage the Monte Carlo?
No, in the Black Bay, first it was
Yeah.
known as the Heritage, then it was known as the 41, because then the Heritage was known as the Smiley, like the Smiley would become
Oh,
the
gotcha,
Heritage.
gotcha, gotcha.
Oh,
They
okay.
mix and match their crap all the time, but yeah, originally it was the Heritage.
That's the
Um,
full size Black Bay, right?
Yeah,
41.
man, that's the
Yes,
41. I don't muck
41.
around with it.
40.
Yeah, I
41.
love that watch.
Yeah, it's a beautiful.
non-ceramic, non-ceramic bezel.
And a beautiful, like the bracelet has this beautiful finish to it.
You know what I never
Yeah,
understood,
that's
because
on it.
this is a retro watch. You don't want ceramic bezel on a retro watch, do you?
No,
You know
no,
what? You know, like,
definitely not.
and that's what I don't understand with Breitling. They on their Super Heritage, the Super Ocean Heritage, they put
And I
an
love the red.
yes.
Ah, nice.
It's the closest
That's
modern day thing you'll get to a 6538 Rolex, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got
Look-wise.
that vintage nod, yeah. It's
That's
just
what I
yeah.
like.
Here we go. Phoenician Cedar, $2. I regret selling my Black Bay Smiley Black Bezel. Yes,
Yep.
indeed. I can understand that. Aussie expat. How many do you have Tudors? Are you a Tudor man? Tudor?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got the Black Bay 58 and the blue Pelagos.
Nice.
Love them.
Version
I
1.
definitely get one more wrist time.
Venetian Cedar again, $2.
Venetian Cedar, $2. The patina is dependent on the Fisties phone. The Fisties.
I think
What's that?
pH, like that.
pH.
Their acidity.
Yeah.
Yes. It's funny you say that. I know some people who can't wear they go green. You know, what does that mean? They eat too much chilies, or what is that? What's the pH?
They react to the I don't know.
Too much.
Actually,
sugar.
I
You're
just
saying
wanted
with
to mention.
steel or bronze?
With bronze, I
You
guess.
know
I
what?
don't know.
Cheaper watches. I don't know if you know that. Well, actually, Timely, you might know this. You know, before steel, they had chrome plated watches. So you had brass underneath. They were chrome. Remember chrome?
A lot of the companies that did the chrome plating, though, to prevent your
Yes.
wrist from going green, they actually had a stainless steel case back, and then the case itself was chrome plated.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
the chrome-
the copper content, I think, affects how green things get. Because copper.
And the other thing is, it's like expensive cars. They didn't necessarily have chrome. They used stainless steel for the trim. It wasn't chrome trim, because chrome is just a very thin coating. It's not solid chrome. It'll peel off. And you can see some big chunks of it peel off if the surface isn't prepared properly.
Correct. It's just the layer pretty much that goes over the top.
Chrome will pit as well. It'll pit.
Yeah.
It can pit. It's a real nasty.
Consider it like a shiny PVD, basically. If you hit something on it, it'll chip. You'll see underneath, depending on how hard you hit it. It can be polished to shine back up, but the more you polish, the more you wear off, just like plating. And eventually you see the under of the watch. And generally, chrome on top means brass on the bottom.
Well, yeah, chrome usually has between 2 and 5 different layers of different metals before you get to chrome.
Yeah.
They plate it with different metals up to the final chrome layer.
What's the best metal to have underneath if you are plating something on top? Is it brass, or what is the best metal?
It depends on what you're plating. Look, brass they use generally because it's a bit cheaper and easier to work with.
Yeah.
But what they do, if it's gold plating you're putting on top, they actually put a nickel plating layer in between, because the gold then it sticks better, or something to do with it. You get a better finish on it or something. But generally with gold, you get a nickel plating underneath. And when it's chrome, I think it's chrome straight onto brass. With Michael saying there's a couple of different metals in between, but it's pretty much when you see chrome plating wear, you see brass underneath. There's not much. There.
Yeah. I'm not
shit.
a big.
Let's be honest, look shit.
It's going to
Steel-
depend on the coating, right? I mean, some coatings are more brittle than others, and as an example, one of the things that metals do is they expand and contract.
Yeah.
And I liked Cartier's description of the ADLC process, because DLC is very, very hard and brittle. But if the underlying material moves a little bit, it can crack just spontaneously. But the ADLC process doesn't form a hard crystalline structure, so it can actually breathe with the watch effectively. So that's really, really cool. I thought they're sort of like, it's like, oh, it's ADLC. No, but it's a real thing. It's
bioceramic. Yeah,
it bonds molecularly.
Yes.
So it's not like a layer of something that can be scratched off.
Yeah.
I can't really get into Tudor. Is it mainly the vintage styling that you guys like, or what's the number one reason you guys like Tudor?
So
cost effective.
Well, he's
cost-effective Rolex.
He's cost-effective Rolex. For me, I like the styling of it. To me, it harps back to the original Tudor Submariner, Rolex Submariner, but in a modern size. So again, I'll just quickly tell the story. So for me, one of the first watches I ever got to see and went, oh crap, I really need one of those, was the movie Goldfinger, where James Bond is checking his watch with a lighter, even though it should have a decent enough tritium lume back then. He's checking it with a lighter for a bit of brand placement, because a explosive charge is about to go off and he wants to see when. As soon as you see that watch on the NATO strap that doesn't technically fit the watch, I fell in love with it and wanted one ever since. Unfortunately, a good quality one's about 100k Australian right now, and I don't have 100k to spend on a watch. And saw the Black Bay and thought, you know what, that is as close as I'm going to get, and that is a sexy watch, and I'm going to buy that.
Yeah, I like their new stuff and I like their old stuff. I'll only talk about the old stuff again. I would love to own a big crown Submariner, 4-digit.
Yeah.
But there's no way, even if I could pay for it and buy it, get a good one, not get ripped off, I would never wear it. Like it's just way too delicate and,
it's a museum piece.
Important of a watch to use as a beater. But you can use a Black Bay 58 every day for the hardest things that you've got in your life, and that's what I like about it.
Good answers.
Very,
Thanks, guys.
very interesting stuff there. I got to tell you, it's Tudor itself. Tudor itself there, I got to tell you, you could see why they went bust in America. They pulled out of American market. They had the Hydronaut, the Iconaut. That wasn't. Yeah. They were quality watches. They were actually quality. They were well-made watches, but they were like
Archie. It's the same thing when you go to a restaurant, right? The first thing you do is eat with your eyes. If it doesn't look good, you don't want to go near it. Yeah.
No,
these look like dogs.
That's true.
They were horrible.
Yes. Yes.
Fucking nasty looking things.
Yeah, no. That's exactly right there.
Didn't you buy one drunk one night?
Yes, no. I bought that was a Hydronaut 2, and I got it. I actually started to like the watch when I wore it a bit.
That's awesome.
It was actually quite a well done watch.
Yeah.
But
it had quality, right? It was a quality build, great movement, all that kind of stuff. It just,
It did not, because they wanted to make it different to the Rolex. They didn't want it to be confused. That's what they wanted to do. They're moving away, and nobody wanted it.
It was
Tudor.
the time where Tudor wanted to be independent and be their own thing, and steer away from the baby brother or the poor man's Rolex kind of thing. Yeah. Whereas
Yeah.
Tudor's background, their heritage, their DNA is basically, being the Rolex at a cheaper price point.
I have actually owned some vintage, very nice vintage. I had a really nice 30 mil boy size Tudor that I absolutely loved. It was a very old, like 1940s Tudor case.
Yep.
I loved it. I remember, and I got to tell you honestly, some of these Tudors, they are quality watches. It was also the Tudor Sub. They used to call it the Tudor Submariner. It was basically, they used bits from the Rolex. They even had the crown on the bracelet, and they had some. Those were the days, my friend. And it's kind of now, guys. Let's get into the James's watch review. So for anyone who doesn't know who James is. James is he's been a fan of the show long time, and he's been a very loyal. We got Mr. GMT jumping on. He's been a real loyal fan. Here we go. Madman, $5. Love my old ball blue dial Aeronaut GMT. Love my odd ball blue dial Aeronaut GMT. Let's just bring that up for a minute. What is that? What is that? I'll bring this up. Oh, we've got.
What?
We've got.
What are we talking about, boys?
Just jump out.
Look at this.
I'm not going to be able to help too much with Omega, but.
Oh, that's okay.
Look
at this. This is the Undertaker. Look at that beautiful burgundy. That's the one I had. I think three of these. I've owned 3 of them.
Beautiful.
I love the burgundy. Where else can you get burgundy?
Oh, I've got a burgundy Moonswatch.
That does look really good.
It's beautiful. Now I'm just going to call this up here, and we'll have a quick look there. Ball blue dial. What was it again? Ball blue dial.
Aeronaut GMT.
Okay. Oh, what's this?
It's reminiscent of that Tudor you were talking about, right? Like what was it, the Hydronaut?
Yeah, this is the Iconaut. That's the ball.
I love ball watches.
Yeah, it's interesting. They're not cheap, but are they? Shit, they're a couple $1,000 for a ball watch.
Ball watches,
See, I'd rather get the tuner. Don't you think?
Oh yeah, I'd get a Tudor.
What do you think?
How much is this? How much is this? What are they
These
worth?
a couple $1,000, $3,000.
$2,000-$3,000.
I'll get my Black Bay Pro any day, every day.
Couple. You save a little bit more and just get a Black Bay and be done. Call it a day. What I do like about ball though is I like that they're using tritium loom inside little cylinders and so forth. So all the loom on that dial still uses the original tritium, but because it's encased in a little capsule, it poses no threat or risk to the watchmaker. So they can still use it. It's a longer lasting loom. It looks great. They've got different colors and all sorts of things that they do with it. But yeah, I'm not look for the price point. You're going Tudor. You're saving a little bit more going Tudor, or for that price point being around $2.5 grand. I mean, you can get the Seamaster 300 Professional quartz or something like that for that price. I mean,
which I own as well.
I think.
Where are you going to go this?
Ball's a nice watch to have along with the others. It's like when you don't want to blow 5 and you got 2, and you got the hankering. Ball's perfect price range, and they got a nice selection, and they make great stuff. And
Madman,
they do.
$5.
Oh, sorry. He says here he's Madman $5. Nah, not ball. Was calling it odd ball. I have the Tudor Aeronaut. The Tudor.
Oh, okay.
Oh, the aeronaut.
We totally
Tudor.
misinterpreted what you said.
Tudor.
That's Austin Daniels'
Aero.
favorite watch, isn't it?
No, it's GMT. Yes.
We had
Yes.
some technical
Okay.
difficulties there, Madman. Sorry.
That's the aeronaut. I don't mind that one. The blue looks very out there, doesn't it? Look
That's
at that.
crazy. I bet you get compliments of that watch. Like the Rolexes, they just nobody pays attention. They're pretty understated in terms of design. This thing, I'm sure people have stopped you if you're wearing that one.
And
Here
this
we
would
go.
have been-
Juco Ted, our good friend Juco Ted, $10. $10. The Sack Company should buy ball watches. Ball sack watches. Boom! There we
Ball sack watches. I like your style, my man. Chico's a
I like
legend.
it.
Love you, brother.
GMT, do you have a sound effect for boom?
No, I gotta get him. I gotta
You
get
got to
him.
get one.
I gotta get
Ball
the
sack.
drum roll and that.
Ball sack watches, fantastic. So this would have been like the Black Bay Pro before the Black Bay Pro in a way, like the look of it, yeah.
Wait,
Exactly.
why does it have the extra? It's got like it. What's the function? It's got a lot of extra crowns on it. Looks like it's just a GMT, but it's got like three,
It's
two
It's
other
got
like
extra balls,
chrono
man. What do you
on
want me to say? Extra balls. What
Because it's
can I
got
say?
the chronograph. It's got the chronograph. It's because
it. Oh,
it's a
got the
chronograph. Yeah. See, because you got
Is that thing going for cheap? Because I mean, that's a lot of complication on a
a lot of
Rolex
balls.
Tudor watch.
It's got a lot of balls. That's what I gotta say. It's got big balls.
Exactly, indeed. There. Okie dokie. We're going to start this. The Mr. GMT. Sorry, we're going
No,
to start the
it's
showcase watches. Showcase
Mr. GMT's
watches.
been done. We've done that. That was pretty
We
good.
did.
You should watch that.
Yeah, no. That was a
This is
great
showcased.
review. Showcase. He's a great supporter of the channel. Love the guy. I'm gonna read you the script. I'm just gonna share a screen here. He's sent me some pictures, so we just put us in the right mood with the showcase. We'll just add this here for our showcase. So here we go.
You got a bit
there.
of a backstory behind him.
Okay, so let's have Madman $2. It's a GMT. The pushes are jump hour back and forth. Oh,
interesting.
I like that.
interesting.
Yeah, me too.
So
I
you
like
can
it.
push your balls back and forth, basically.
Yeah, so you can get them into place and be
That's it.
yeah.
Are these-
Honestly,
are these-
jump
are
out
these
on the
all-
GMT is not that easy to use.
Are these all Omegas?
Yeah,
Yes.
mate. They're all
Yes,
CDs.
they are. Look at these now. I'm going to start. Okay, guys, this is now the review for Showcase Watches. I'm going to read this story here. Hey, Paul, I hope you are well. And he says here, it has been a while. It has definitely been. It's good to see you back. After the recent bad luck you suffered hasn't killed your love for the hobby. Yes, indeed. I realized I haven't supported you via a paid review for a couple years, so I figured I'd flick you 50 quid your way to support the Paul Pluta channel. Paul Pluta channel with some content. Because the Paul Pluta channel, I do the watch reviews. As you already know, I have bad feelings against Rolex ADs. Not the brand, mainly the AD network and the ridiculous games they play. My only anger towards Rolex itself is they allow these games to go on. So my collection is a little one-sided when it comes to brand choice. Here we go. My collection as of December 22 is as follows. Rolex GMT Master 2 Batman, the original Mark 1 Batman. This is the watch I wore the day my son was born and will never be sold. I have owned this watch for nearly 4 years and just love it. It's banged and scratched up a bit now, but it's in daily rotation. It's the only watch I don't bank safe as I wear it so regularly. Next piece is a Rolex 116610 LN date sub, a watch I feel is a one and done in its own right. I did own the 126610 LN for a short stint, but did not gel with the proportions, particularly the 21mm bracelet and chunky clasp. I feel the 40mm subs with the super cases are perfect for a well-fed gent like me. Next piece, my Tuna Black Bay 58 Blue, which I've had a love-hate relationship with. Currently, I love the watch, but next month will probably hate it. I have kept this watch in regular rotation as I genuinely believe Tudor today is what Rolex was in the 70s. Just a working guy's quality wristwatch for all occasions with no pomp or ceremony. The lack of clasp adjustment aside, I believe the 58 to be a perfect daily, which you don't want to hide when you're with clients or in a rough neighborhood. Next piece. Now we're getting into some Omegas here. My Omega, listen to this. My Omega Seamaster 57 Trilogy, a watch with so much personality and is so interesting to look at and fondle. The fake patina is a little overpowering, but a perfect watch can be dull. It is sometimes the imperfection that makes perfection. This is the watch close to my heart, as the 57 Trilogy onwards was Omega's peak right up until the quartz crisis. Next piece he's got here is my Omega Seamaster No Time to Die, a watch I purchased at a black tie Omega event when my wife and I were invited to a special screening of the movie. We and 23 other guests were treated to a private screening, fully paid bar and food. The shaken, not stirred martinis were flowing, and by the end of the night, I walked away with this watch. Next piece is an Omega Speedmaster 1861 big box Halcylite, just a classic in every way. And although many don't like the bracelet, I actually prefer it. Like I said previously, I am well fed, and the bracelet on the 1861 just gives that bit more heft. Next piece, my Omega Speedmaster 3861 Halcylite, a watch I feel is superior to all other mainstream speedies. Before it, with its latest master coaxial, so this is the 3861. Unfortunately, this model has now made Speedmasters across the board expensive, whereas they used to be accessible entry-level luxury. Because of this watch, the prices of 1861s and other speedies have climbed, which is great for collectors, but it's a shame for those entering the hobby who really want a speedy. I guess the Moon Swatch release has filled the gap in some weird way. My Tudor Black Bay Pro, a recent purchase this month, and one which I am thoroughly enjoying for all those saying it's too thick, I call BS. Try it on. It wears lovely and hefty. I camp with the family a lot and spend a lot of time outdoors, walking, etc., and the Black Bay Pro is the perfect companion. My Speedmaster 3598.50.00, a watch launched in 1997 as a 1957 Speedmaster reissue to celebrate the 40th anniversary. This watch is one I wish more people knew about, as it's probably the last remaining Speedmaster bargain floating around next to the Mark II. This was the first Speedmaster to have the caliber 1861. It is a 42mm professional case. The professional bracelet, caliber 1861, has the beautiful broad arrow handset and grayish dial. Omega launched the watch in 1997 as a replica, which killed its secondary value, but soon changed it to a reissue instead. But the damage was done, and apart from speedy enthusiasts, not many people know this watch. Although since the release of the 57s this year, I see prices are climbing from £3,500 to £4,000 region. My Omega, my Speedmaster, he's got a 321 Ed White, perfection in every detail. I begged my AD for this watch to celebrate the birth of my son in May 2021. As soon as my wife fell pregnant, I spoke to the AD and begged for this watch to commemorate the event. So the owner of the AD pulled some strings and got me high on the list at an Omega boutique not far from one of his other stores. Getting the call for this watch beat any Rolex call experience I've ever had. I've had the Rolex AD call for the Hulk, Batman, No Date Sub, etc., all at retail, but they meant nothing in comparison to the Ed White call. Again, my Ed White is scuffed up a bit as it's in daily rotation. Nothing major. It's just well worn and enjoyed. My Omega Seamaster Heritage, the latest model with broad arrow handset, a beautiful watch, but much like the 1957 trilogy, it's a little heavy on the patina. With the metal scuffs up and ages, I am positive the dial will blend perfectly with the rest of the watch. I love this watch because it represents everything Omega was in the 50s and 60s, but also brings into play all the technical advances Omega have done with their movements and quality. By Tudor Black Bay GMT, a watch I don't give enough love to anymore, but I suspect it will rekindle when we start with holidays again. I purchased this watch before the pandemic and never got the opportunity to wear it abroad. I purchased it because the thought of wearing my Batman on the street of some cities filled me with dread. So the Tudor GMT Pepsi just made sense. This watch gives off the vibe of the 1675, that's a vintage Rolex, or a 16750. Both watches I adore, but not being a vintage Rolex man, I don't have the education to buy and enjoy. My Omega Seamaster Professional Blue with latest laser cut dial, a watch I have actually owned several times. I'm not blown away with the bracelet, but tend to wear it on a rubber strap instead. I repurchased this watch a few months ago after falling back in love when Birmingham was showing off his on the live stream. It looked so cool on his wrist, I had to rebuy. It's a watch that when I don't have it, I always am looking for it. I got into this hobby, this is the back history for him. I got into the hobby circa 2010 with my Tag Heuer Aqua Racer, and I fell so far down the rabbit hole, it's turned into an addiction. One I can't give up despite trying on several occasions. I've owned the 1650 Pepsi GMT, 16700 Pepsi GMT, Daytona Panda, Hulk, Explorer 39mm, Explorer 2, no date sub 40, date sub 40, date sub 41, no date sub 41, Batgirl, Batman, plus loads of other hype watches. I think the journey through watches molds our taste, and after experiencing the hype pieces allows me to explore what I actually love rather than what's currently on trend. The only rebuy I am looking at the moment is the 39mm Explorer 1 Mark II dial. Mark P from the live stream chat sold me the watch at retail, and I stupidly sold it 6 months into ownership to put the money towards Explorer 2 42mm, which then I sold. I think I'm going to rebuy the watch. As for me, the Explorer 1 39mm Mark II dial is everything Rolex was and is today. It is perfection and a watch I should never have sold. The question to our dear Pontiff is what casualist dress watches should I buy? This is an era I have zero education on. I've got a 7.5-inch wrist, so ladies' Pateks won't cut it. I was thinking along 39mm JLC Master Ultra Thin moon face. What are your thoughts on this watch and the collection as a whole? I don't want to sell any, although shrinking down to 3 or 5 watches would be great one day. Thank you for your time and reading my collection. Wishing you and your family a fantastic new year. My 2023 be good for you, and may you replenish all that some low-life scumbag took away from you. There we go. Kind regards, James. Showcase Watches. Whew! That was a big read. And we've got a super chat. Let's get the super chat, then we'll get into this review. Timely, you make videos of yourself leaning over a desk on top of watch parts and pretend you're putting a watch together like Perpetual Alex does. Nobody would know the difference. Thank you. And we've got Powie. Hello, Powie. How are you?
Archie! Oh my God! It's Mr. GMT's absolute.
Okay, here we go. Finchy, £2. Arch, you're on mute. Can we start again? Thank you. Whew, that was a long read. Now, I got to tell you, let's just call up some pictures here and see what James has actually got in his collection. So let's have a bit of a sticky beak here. Amazing watches he has in his collection. He was talking so many pieces this man has owned, he's enjoyed. Amazing collection. Always had a strong Omega backbone. He's always been a strong Omega. That's the 39mm Explorer 1. Now, guys, let's have a bit of a chat here about what do you think? What do you think? So, let's start. Let's have a look here. Let's look at a couple watches at a go. He's got the GMT Master 2. So let's have a look at his first 3 watches. GMT Master 2.
We got a picture of that?
Let's bring it up.
Yeah, let's bring this baby up here. GMT Master 2. Come on. There we go. There it was.
Tickle his balls, Archie! Tickle his balls! You've got to keep him! And timely behaviour! The gold! The absolute gold! Just keep him! Archie, look after him!
Then he's got a sub date. He's got a sub date.
Yep.
So
hang on, let's go back just one at a time, right? If you want to go through them. So otherwise, because they're on different pictures and we'll be jumping around.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to find these things here.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay. That's okay. It's okay. One at a time. Let's go through this here. So first thing he's got is a GMT Master 2 Batman, the original Mark 1. What do you think?
No, very nice. You know,
great watch.
You can't knock it. How can you knock that? It's a Rolex.
The Batman is the Batman. I mean, you know,
it's the OG.
He's, one of the most sought after of the stainless steel watches. The color scheme on the bezel's great. It's a Master 2. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, right? Good size. It's a beautiful piece. James, well done.
100% right there.
And it's kind of offbeat from the rest of the. So I mean, for me, you're always people are looking at Pepsis and things like that, and the Batman is just a great alternative to that.
Exactly. I don't think it really matters what version you've got, Mark 1, all these different versions. It doesn't really matter. Just enjoy. If you're lucky enough to get one, fantastic. So we would definitely tick that box there that the Batman is a great watch to have. Next piece, I can't find it, but he's talking about the 40 mil. What did you think about his comments there? He says the 40 mil, he likes the size, he likes the proportions and the size better. Because I've got the 40 mil bluesy. He likes it better than the 41. What do you think of that?
I think that personally, aesthetically wise, because I've never put either of them on. Aesthetically wise, for me, I like the 41. But I know the clasp on the 40 is much better than the 41. So if you mix the two together, it would be perfect to watch.
Yeah.
But, everyone's entitled to their opinion. They're not either way. It doesn't matter because they're both good watches. They're great watches. It doesn't matter.
From what I've heard, I haven't actually seen in person, but from what I've heard, it's a 41, but then they've adjusted lug to lug, or there's a dimension that's been adjusted to still make it
skinnier.
Very similar.
So what they've done is they've gone from a 20 mil strap to a 21 mil strap on the 41. So then the proportions could pull out a bit. So
they took out a millimeter out of the inside of each lug to make the strap wider and make the lugs transition into the bracelet more graceful.
But the downside is they've made the bracelet bigger, which then the clasp has. Look, it is what it is. I got to tell you, I think a 40 mil sub date is amazing. Now we're talking tuners. This is what we wanted to talk about. He's got a Tudor Black Bay 58 blue. So this here,
beautiful watch. I love that watch.
So the best person to talk about this watch would be Mr. GMT because he had one.
Which one? I didn't have one 40. I didn't have 58.
No, but you had the Black Bay blue.
Yeah, the blue. Yeah.
So you had the color scheme. You had all that. So I mean.
Yeah, but the blue is different. A little bit different from the 58 to the 41. The blue is different.
I'm a big fan of the older 41, the bigger one. I'm not a big fan of the 58.
Yeah, but that's on wrist size. It depends on, right? If you're
there's a number of things I don't like about the 58, but the 41 is long in the tooth, and but I still like it better. I think it's a classic, and
I got to be honest with you. I can see the big thing is so this is his watch here. This is the 58 blue. I think the 58 might be the reason I got rid of my burgundy was that I felt it was a little bit big. The height, it was a little bit high.
Thick, yeah, the thickness.
Hang
yeah.
on, I'll show you the thickness. It's
Mhm.
see, if you look at it from the crown side, it's actually not bad, right?
Yes.
If you look at it from the other side, it looks like a side by side fridge and freezer. Yeah, like it's there's not a lot
Yes.
there.
But that's the charm of it. This is the thing. I kind of, you know what,
Yeah, she's a thick watch.
Kind of looks like a James Cameron.
This is also protruding, whereas on the ETA the case back is flat, and then you've got the crystal on top which sticks up as well because it's dome. So I mean, that's a lot of thickness right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's something you need to be used to or whatever. But
I sold mine because I found it too thick.
Yeah, the 58, everything's a lot slimmer. The only thing with the 58 is it's a bit smaller as well. 38 or 39 mil watch. So
Yeah, well, my friend had it, and he found it a bit too small, so he sold it on. But it's not for everyone, man.
I like that. I think it's good to have a Tudor in his collection because he's got 2 Rolexes, he's got a GMT, Batman, he's got the date sub, and now he's got the Tudor. You know, that's a nice 3-piece feed. Now, where we're getting exciting is he's got some amazing Omegas.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
I got to tell you,
I'm surprised he got rid of his Hulk. He had a Hulk as well.
yeah.
yeah,
Did he get rid of it, or was that stolen?
No, it got stolen, then he purchased it again.
He bought another one. Yeah, he bought another one. I'm just trying to find his trilogy 57. Where did he put it? Seamaster. This is his trilogy. Is that the trilogy one? I think it's got the broad arrow.
Yeah, that's a trilogy one. That one
That's
there.
the trilogy one.
On the right hand side.
I got to tell you, that is absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I could fucking do that myself, to be honest with you. I don't know what you guys.
Beautiful vintage aesthetics. It's just a beautiful watch around. You can't knock that watch. I love it.
The writing up just above the 6 is very tasteful.
Yes. I got to be honest with you. I think I prefer the trilogy 57. That's a stronger watch than his Tudor 50 Black Bay. It's a different price point, but obviously,
Of course. Yeah.
Now, weren't all of that trilogy set of Omegas, weren't they all like a millimeter smaller, case size wise than the regular? Like if you bought them singularly outside.
I know
of the
they had the
trilogy
thing
set.
on the dial. He was telling us the other day they had that trilogy on the dial. I don't know if the sizing was different. That's something I don't think that is the case there. The interesting thing is here. The No Time to Die. I fucking love that. I don't like titanium, but I think that's a gorgeous watch. The No Time to Die. What do you think, Daniel?
Watch.
Timely. What do you think, Timely?
At first, the faux patina I thought was a bit dark, but I've gotten used to it, and I actually quite like it. I like how it's got the little military arrow as well down the bottom, a harp to, Bond's military career as a commander in the British Royal Navy, and
yes,
I think it's a sexy watch. Honestly,
Those indices are almost mocha colored.
And I mean, that's kind of cool. He bought it at the event. That's kind of cool. You can't.
That one there, if I was him, I would never get rid of just because of the experience. You know, it's got a story behind it. It's got a bit of
totally.
Then he's got what is he's got this is the Omega that I had. He has the big box 1861. So that's that is the one before. The way you can the way you can tell, easiest way, if you see I'll just call up a photo of this one here.
Just before you do, look at the crown on this one. Look at the knurling on the crown as well.
Yes, on the
No way you're not going to get grip on that. It's a good sized one, even though it's got crown guards. Good knurling on it.
What are we talking about? Which one? Which one are you talking about?
The No Time to Die.
Yeah. Have you guys ever? Has any of you wore a mesh bracelet before?
Yes, I had the Breitling Super Ocean.
I had a Breitling Chronospace, and it had the
Yes.
mesh bracelet, and it was so comfortable, man. Those mesh bracelets are just
nice.
unreal.
It was a bitch
too.
to undo because I chew my nails. I'm like Timely.
Oh,
Where
yeah,
we're
me.
nervous.
No, I
And-
bought my nails, not Timely. I don't think Timely did.
Now, the way
No,
you
I
can
clicked
tell
mine,
whether it's
sorry.
the 3861 or the 1861 is the bracelet. They've changed the bracelet because it tapers down smaller on the 3861.
Yeah.
I think to have a 1861 big box, I'm very sad mine was taken. That does piss me off. And then he has on this collection here, then he's got the actually, that's a nicer photo. Actually, that's the 3861. Look at that. You can tell by the bracelet.
Oh, really? Okay. I've got a 1861.
Yes, that's what he had just there. And this one here next to it is the actually this
What,
one
the
here is
Hamilton?
the 3861. The 3 Oh, sorry, I'm pressing the wrong picture there.
There we go.
There we go. This is the 3861 because you can tell by the bracelet. You can see the bracelet.
Yeah.
Bracelet's much more skinny.
Yeah. I must tell you, a lot of people have criticized me for not wearing my 3861, but that is a watch I really want to have a good relationship with. There's no question of that. I think they're a beautiful Speedmaster. He then talks about his Tudor Black Bay Pro. Okay. Now the Black Bay Pro, let's just call this one up. He's
The
Black
Pro,
Bay,
which I'm wearing right now.
Oh, show us. Put it up there. Pull it up. Pull it up. Pull it up. What are you wearing there? Show us what you're wearing.
I'm wearing.
Da 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 da. Look at that. That is absolutely fucking beautiful. I think besides a vintage Explorer 2, this is fucking amazing watch.
And it's got the
amazing.
What's the
it's got the
difference between a
micro
Pro?
adjustment.
What's the difference between a Pro and a 58?
No, but the 58's the diver. The Pro is the GMT. This is the
okay.
GMT.
But in regards
got-
to the
it's got-
case and so forth, the difference is obviously the thickness, right? So this is a lot thicker, and also in regards to like if you want a 41 as well, the lug to lug is a lot shorter on the Pro.
And not only
nice.
that, it's got the micro adjustments as well on this.
Yep.
It's wicked, man.
And people don't realize that a larger watch with closer lug to lug, can fit a smaller wrist much better, people can actually wear a larger watch.
Here is his Pro here. You can see his Pro on his wrist. He's out in the country. That looks absolutely. He's having a fantastic time.
Beautiful
That's
watch, man. Wow.
Beautiful watch. Beautiful watch.
I like the Pro.
He then goes on to say he's got the 57 reissue. He talks about that. He's got the Ed White. Ed White is amazing watch to have there. That's they're big money watch.
Yeah, they're not cheap. That White's expensive as, man. It's one of the most expensive out there.
Yeah.
So I gotta say, in all honesty, I think with James's collection here, I think he's just gone on such a great journey with his stuff. He's really, that's his 3 Speedmasters there. So we've got, that's a 3861. We've got the Ed White, and then this one here, the broad arrow one. That's the one.
I love the broad arrow. I love it.
Yeah, I've always loved them. They were so fucking cheap at one stage.
They were.
About 10 years ago. No, they're not. And I love them. Look at 3 Speedmaster. This is an Amiga enthusiast. Can you see the love? See, this is what I see.
Well, the thing is with James, he's actually experienced a lot of different styles of watches. He's gone through a massive journey to get to where he is today. So he's one guy that I know, if he's got these in his collection, you know that this is what he really loves.
Well, that's
what
what
I
his
can say about James.
his whole YouTube thing was all about. So James went on to take us on the journey of his collection to find the right pieces for him and so forth. So he's gone through a lot of watches. He wanted to make sure that what he ends up keeping are the ones that he loves the most and the ones he couldn't get rid of and holds dearly. And
Yes.
if you have a look at his channel, I did post a link way back where in the chat. You'll see a lot of that evolution of his collection over time. So yeah, and he is a speedy freak, so he loves the Speedmaster.
I
Obviously
love
being an
the
Omega
three
freak.
different bracelets.
Yeah.
And not only that, he's got a
they're
nice
all-
variety of speedies. It's not just, plain Jane. He's got a really nice variety. Good taste.
Very nice.
Really nice.
He's a great. He. What do you think of him? Where he's gone to hate Rolex? What do you think of that? Do you understand what's happened there, or how do you feel about that?
I don't think he hates Rolex specifically as in the watches, the brand. It's the
Yes.
games of the buying and the selling and the AD games and all that waitlist shit. I think that's where James really has a hate for the brand.
He did flip the bird to his idea as well.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, but when it comes to the watches itself, I mean, he's had the Hulk, he's got the Batman and that. I mean, he likes his Rolexes, and he's even said at one stage, with a sub and so forth, he said this is the perfect watch. There's a video that he does where he actually says, he goes, I know I'm an Omega fan and all that, and I'm an Omega fanatic, but it was something along the lines of the Submariner is the perfect dive watch. They've touched on it's the right dial look. They've got all the right aesthetics. It's 300 meters water is like he's just gone through and touched everything about the sub and said that it's just the ultimate watch. Super
He also had a Daytona as well. I remember. I don't know if he sold it. Probably sold it.
Super
But he had a
chat, big guns. I know Amiga is criticized for making too many variations, but if you go to an AD and try stuff on, you will find something you like.
Yeah, they've got something for everyone.
Fair point there. The danger is if sometimes you buy these obscure ones, you could, like the Chrono Stop. I don't particularly like the Chrono Stop. That Chrono Stop thing.
Yeah.
Kind of.
You're just worried about if you stray away from the more popular models that you're just going to lose money.
Jeff's got a comment here. Jeff's got a comment, $2. Same games trying to get an Ed White though.
True.
Yeah.
True. Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It's true.
See, you know what I think is really sad in Omega? Sorry, let me just okay, so looking at his review there, I really love his Omega love. Okay. I wouldn't be looking at downsizing anything. He says the question, let's think about this here. So he goes on to say, okay, so his journey's gone. He goes, okay, Pontiff, the question I have is what's the best casualist dress watch I should buy? And you know what I honestly say to him? I don't think you need to buy anything. Okay. I would say to you, I'd love to say to you, James, get yourself a Reverso, a grand size Reverso. It's not going to suit James. You know what? I reckon the ultimate dress watch for him would be the Ed White. How is that not a dress watch? Any analog watch these days, it's not 1996. It's 2023. How is this not a dress watch? Seriously.
Has he got anything on leather? Maybe that's what he's trying to get at. He wants something on leather.
Well, he could put a Speedmaster. Any of these Speedies you can put on leather, can't you?
Yeah, of course you can. Yeah, he can.
Put yours on leather before, so.
He's saying, look, I have zero education in dress watches. I got a 7.5 inch. So, ladies, okay, I was thinking a 39 mil JLC. You know what? For him, I would just wear my beautiful Omegas. These are not cheap budget watches. These are highly collectible steel stunners. You could wear any of these as a dress watch. That's the times we live in. And I don't think I'd love to say a Master Control or a Reverso. What do you think? What dress watch? So he's asking for a biggish dress watch. What would you guys say? Tell me your
Biggest
opinion.
dress watch. That's simple. If he doesn't want to blow the budget, he can go for a Glasuta. He can go for there's a few different ones, but the one that comes to my mind, because I know it is big and it fits nicely, which I reckon it will fit him nicely, would be the Glasuta. To be honest, and it doesn't break the budget either. Or if he wants to go upper market, he can go Lange.
Glasuta.
Yeah.
You know what I'm thinking for a dress watch for him if you wanted to really pull the trigger? So he loves Omega, so that's a swatch company. Wouldn't you go Breguet?
Yeah, Breguet.
What do you think?
For sure.
If
Breguet,
he loves
beautiful.
Omega, he loves the tie-in, wouldn't you stick to this? And second-hand wise, they are incredible.
Yeah, great buys.
Bang
Great buys.
per buck. Absolutely amazing bang per buck. So
I think you nailed it there, Arch.
This is what James was talking about before. So he said, give your opinion on this for him as well.
Yeah, absolutely gorgeous.
That's
Master
beautiful
control,
too.
and you'd want it in steel. Keep it in steel because he loves usable pieces. Keep it in steel.
I was actually looking at this before I bought my Glasuta. I was actually looking at one of these. But I went for the Glasuta because
How was the price?
Oh, they're very similar in price. Actually, I think
See, I probably would have gone JLC instead of Glasuta.
Yeah.
That's what me and Timely have done. But that's not to say you have to do what we say.
I do what I just like the aesthetics better. For me, was the Glasuta, and it was I wanted something to veer away from the Swiss. I wanted to go something different. Went for German, so I wanted to go down that road. So that's another reason why I put the Glasuta. But this is fucking nice. You should get this. Honestly, it's beautiful.
Master control, moon phase. I mean, you've got the similar dials set up to a speeding away with the sub dials, that kind of a look. You've got the beautiful aesthetics of having a moon phase. You've got the date functions in there. It's got everything. It's considered a dress piece. You can put it on the bracelet, which it's on, or you can put it on a real sexy leather strap if you really want to go black tie. It's thin enough to wear under a cuff, yet you could wear this as well casual wear.
Sorry, I just got to. We'll get on to Stud Muffin in 1 minute, but Madman, I just want to read Madman's super chat. Madman, $5. I reckon an Omega World Time would be a cool complication to add to his collection. Considering one myself.
Yes, I've seen those. They're beautiful.
That's the
They're very chunky.
The other thing is, what about a Globemaster? Would you go for a Globemaster?
I would.
What do you think? I love the Globemaster. I remember when they came. They were too expensive. I think that's the problem with them. But
I'll bring up the Globemaster in a second. I just want to.
Now I've just got to bring up that super chat for our good friend here, and basically, he sent me a video. This was one of my old videos. Let me just bring this up because we'll address it. Stud Muffin, thank you so much. And this was the Archie 5. Archie 5. I'm feeling good today. Arch, pull up the email and give the Fikers your thoughts. So this was my, you know what I think? Can I be critical? I want to be critical and actually tell you what's wrong with this collection. Okay, out of this box here, which ones do I still love? I got to be honest with you. The AP was garbage. Okay, AP was nothing but garbage. And I think
can you give us the reason why you thought it was garbage? Why did you think it was garbage?
The quality on it was lacking. Like because they use ultra thin movements, they're very sensitive and susceptible to problems. Okay. It cost me a fortune to the very valuable watch now, but you know what? I just didn't feel quality to me. I thought, this is crap. The Breguet Type 20, absolutely beautiful dress chronograph. Okay, that's a tick. Yes, beautiful. The Reverso, absolutely beautiful. I would say the annual calendar, too small. Too small. And I would even say, let me say this to you now, Mr. GMT. I would even say the 5107, smidgen too small. 37 mil, 39 would be a better size. Okay, that's to be totally honest with you.
So
at the time,
like 5196 then, like that would be a better.
Well, 5196 is also 37 mil.
5296 then.
Yeah. 5196 it wears because it's got a very thin bezel. It actually wears bigger. Okay, you can get away with it. But this collection here, I got to be honest with you, I wouldn't want to own the AP again. Absolute, just temperamental. I'd rather have a date just than the AP. The Breguet Type 20, 100% yes. The Reverso, yes. The annual calendar, too small in hindsight. Okay, now in a modern
so what's the Patek alternative to this then? Like, you know, to make a bigger size, what's the reference for that then?
Well, they've got a 5146 as the annual calendar, but it's substantially more money on the secondary market because it's a bigger size. And that 5107 became a 5227 with the offices hinged back. So I mean, I look at this and you know, yeah, this was a nice. I love this collection. It gave me a lot of joy, but in many ways it was flawed. Okay, it was a flawed collection. So yeah, that's I'm just being honest with you. I can look back and say, I wasn't happy with this. I wasn't happy. You know, out of that box there, the two watches. I'm not talking value. I'm talking what would I really enjoy? Reverso and then those are probably the least expensive of the lot. Did you know that?
The Reverso and the Breguet.
It's not about money.
It's not about money. It's what you love, man. I don't know why people always look at it just about the money. If it's aesthetically and everything about the watch you love, why would money matter? Do you know?
Now let's call this up here. This is
How sexy is the dial?
Oh yes. Yes, because James was saying he doesn't want a smallish dress watch.
This isn't.
This is definitely not small. This thing is a chunky monkey butt.
A chunky monkey, this one, yeah.
That's what he wanted. Omega
you know who's got
time.
this? And he showed me on his wrist, and he's a small guy. KC Aquatics. He's got this, and he loves it.
It's beautiful.
KC Aquatics sold off his collection. Did you hear about that?
Again? This is the second time he's done that.
Okay. But that's okay, isn't it? It's better than...
Yeah, of course. If he doesn't feel it anymore, just wants to get rid of it. And...
Well, it's... I tell you what,
Well, he had this watch anyway, and it looked good on him. For a small guy, it still looked good on him. So
how much... The Globemaster's 11. How much is the other one? Sorry, we're just on... Timely?
The other one is 13,550.
Okay, I love the look of this here. This, I'll be honest with you.
13,550.
See, that's not terrible money for a work. And this here, 39 mil Globemaster. I think that would be perfect on James. I don't know if it's exciting enough. Is it sexy enough, Mr. GMT? Is this sexy enough for?
No, it doesn't do it for me. It just doesn't do it for me.
What about you, Timely? Would that be sexy?
Well, I like the vintage pipe hand, so for me,
yes, 100% pipe hand. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is like he's trying too hard to be a date just.
Well, no, the pipe hand is a real Omega trademark.
Oh, the pipe hands, yeah, I'm talking about that, but the overall aesthetic.
If you go back in Omega's back catalogue, originally with the Constellation. So they had the first model of Constellation wasn't actually called a Constellation. It was like a precursor to it. Then after that, the first model of Constellation, you had a similar dial to this, but it wasn't pipe hand. Then you had the pipe hand. The pipe hand was the 50s look. and that was the most popular. I think it was Genta designed as well, from way back when. After that, he did the C-shaped constellation as well, and then he moved on, I think, and did the pole router for Universal Genève and so forth. So it was one of their most popular watches ever made. Again, COSC certified watch. The reason for the star, and on the back of the case, it's got the what do you call it? The observatory, was because of with the stars over the top. Was it passed all the 5 tests or whatever it was that COSC had, smashed it. So it was a celebration piece. This is the great grandson of that, and sports a coaxial movement. Still has the medallion of the.
And these are part of the constellation lineup, aren't they? The Globemaster.
Yep, they are.
I love that blue, by the way. I think that blue is fucking gorgeous.
The blue is beautiful, man. Blue is just, yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of vintage Paipan Omegas.
And they also have a world time, I think it is, or an annual calendar. Around the edge. So you've got one where it's got the months of the year around with the date. So you've got like an annual calendar, I think. So look, personally, if you're an Omega guy and you like back catalog and you're a bit vintagey, you're into that, this would be the dress piece that I would say no worries. If you like a more modern, very sporty kind of look, yep, the World Time's great. Otherwise, yeah, the Master Control JLC is fantastic. Super chat, Arch.
Super chat, thank you so much there. Yankee Doodle, $2. Everyday watch, not Rolex. Must be 40 mil or smaller. I think 40 is such a good size.
Perfect size, Arch. Perfect.
40 or smaller. So 40 is acceptable.
Well, there's the Black Bay 58. I mean, that's 39 or something.
Black
That's
Bay.
a little bit smaller for a start.
I think Black Bay 58 is also perfect. There's nothing wrong with that. That's
technically not Rolex.
Yes, technically. Yep, technically. Everyday watch. See, I got to be honest with you. Could I tell you that my own opinion is there's very few watches that are as robust and usable as Rolex. Okay, What is there? Let me tell you this. If you want an everyday watch, I think it needs to be steel on a steel bracelet with waterproofing. Those 3 qualities. Now, Yankee Doodle says with date. I would say you could go for Breitling Super Ocean Heritage, but there 42 mil is the small one. Too big.
Too big.
You know what fits the blue bill perfectly? I reckon those vintagey Omegas. Those 57 trilogy type look Omegas.
Yeah, the Heritage.
I think those where I'd be going, really. What do you think? Every day. Every day.
Aquaterra size, that's under 40, isn't it?
Yeah, Aquaterra, I don't know if you could live with every day, do you? It's kind of like their dress.
If it's going to be like a daily beater kind of thing on a bracelet.
Mr. GMT.
Yes.
40 mil, what would you, do you agree with me? If you've got an everyday watch, what's the qualities for everyday? Steel bracelet, and waterproof. Do you agree with those 3 things?
Of course. That's a must for every day. It's a must.
So that means technically a Breitling Navitimer is no good because it's not really waterproof.
That's not an everyday. No,
okay. Also, a Speedmaster would also not be everyday because it's not waterproof.
Correct.
It needs to be screw down crown waterproof. We're talking correct.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
correct.
I would say maybe a Railmaster would be a great watch. Omega Rail. What do you think of Railmaster?
Yeah,
they're not bad as an everyday.
Yeah, but he wants a date. He wants a date. I don't know if the Railmaster. Does the Railmaster
well, why not just get a Seamaster?
That's the Aquaterra lineup at the moment. Okay. They're 38 mil. You can get them in quartz. You can get them in coaxial. They have a date at the 6 o'clock because I think there was a comment in there saying there's no date on them. There is a date. It's a 6 o'clock date window. So I mean,
he could. Are we talking about what
No, it's
Yankee
for
Doodle's
Yankee Doodle.
asking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Under 40 mil with a date he's after. I mean, this would
Under
fit
40
have-
mil with a day, go get the pro, the shooter
Do
pro.
these have
You
screw
got a
down
GMT,
crowns?
you got a diver, you got everything. The pro's
wants
an all rounder.
with a date.
Do these all have screw down crowns?
It's got a date on it.
Well, it's 150 meter water resistance on it. I mean, you're not going to go swimming, deep diving with it, but it's definitely splash proof for an everyday.
Sure.
Mm.
So, I mean, if you're going something like this, for example, on a bracelet, because you can get the strap later when it wants to load. Omega, thank you.
You know, he can get a Seamaster. He can get a, because they got them in 40. You can get a the Shooter Pro if you want. You can have it. That's got.
You must
that's
admit, that's a
diver.
fucking nice. Actually, that is a fucking. Okay, it's
Well,
41.
nice.
So what? 1 mil. Come on. This is actually a fucking beautiful everyday 41 mil. I love the orange. It's got reminiscent of the Milgauss orange and white. Absolutely beautiful. Getting back to James's quest for a dress watch, what do you think suits James? See, it's all very well for us to say, look, this is what I would get. But in James's case, what do you think? You know his personality. He hates Rolex. He's not going to go. He's not as a dress watch. I reckon the most sensible thing. The most sensible thing is that world timer from.
Yeah, and
I
that'll
think
be
that's
nice. It's a good size for him as well and everything. Can't see why not. That'll be perfect for him, I reckon. Because I was looking at that as well. Looking at them as well.
And just quickly
and
out
like
of
I said,
interest Stud Muffin, I can't get into that. Is this a good deal? Pull up email. It doesn't open. It's like a kilometer of code there. It's trip.com. It's not opening up, I'm afraid. Sorry about that. And we've got another super chat. Thank you for the super chats. SR Bell AC, would you jack off David SW and his dad for a Kermit? No, he's a sponsor. You don't hurt your sponsors.
you don't
No.
jerk off fucking
No.
sponsors.
What the hell?
Because you're in there for the long haul, not for the short haul, Arch. You can't be doing that shit.
Tell me this, Mr. GMT. You know, James.
Yes.
What do you think the perfect dress? See, I think what he's got, he doesn't need a fucking dress watch. All his watches are dress watches. They're beautiful.
You know, the one that he chose is a very nice. The JLC is beautiful.
Yeah, I was
It's got
just
some
gonna
moon
say,
face.
JLC
It's beautiful. And
JLC
obviously, for him to
compressor.
be saying that, for him to be asking about that, he's obviously eyed it off. I don't know if he's tried it on. That's another thing he's got to go do. If he hasn't done so, he should go try it on. And he also should try the World Time on, the Amiga World Time. They're the two watches that we all agree on as a panel that he should go try. If he goes and tries those two on, he can make his decision there. And we can see what he thinks.
Is the Black Bay Pro a little bit bigger than the 58?
No. Dimensions, no. Thickness, yes.
Okay.
Thickness, yes.
I think I found something that might suit him as well. Just about to bring it up. Yeah. What about that? Come on, man.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's beautiful.
Wow. Look at that.
That's
So
nice,
what is
man.
this? What is
Holy
this
shit.
exactly?
So this is, and don't do the crickets again. That one. So that's
It's
a
a
DeVille.
DeVille Trezor.
DeVille.
Trezor.
Coaxial,
It's
linen
got the master
dial,
coaxial. Yeah, linen
How
dial.
big is
much-
it?
40 mil. It says right there.
Is it
You-
waterproof,
Oh, yeah,
Bart?
yeah, sorry.
Is it
Sorry.
waterproof, Bart?
Hang on, let's see.
50 meters, water resistant.
No, not really.
No, 30
Ah.
meters. It's splash proof. I mean, look, it's a dress watch. He's not going to go. What's he going to do? Go to a black tie event and then go fall into the
You don't know.
fountain?
He might
Swimming
like
pool.
he might like going swimming with his suit on. You don't know.
Yeah.
Might be one of those guys that jumps into the pool at a party.
Yeah, that's it. He might be one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Stud muffin, $2.
Yes. Stud muffin, $2. $8.99 Aussie dollars to fly from Brisbane to KL.
Is Stud Muffin in Brisbane? Is he?
He's pushing. He wants you to go.
Wants me to go. What do you guys think? Do you want me to go? I don't know anymore. I don't know. I was thinking, would you like me to go to?
Of course, because you've got someone there. You got Stud Muffin there. He'll look after you. And
No, he's not. He's I can go there. Time kind of got away from me. You'd love to go to KL's amazing, amazing
I'd
city.
love to. If I was in a different circumstance at the moment, I'll come with you. I'll fly there with you.
Just remember, once you get past Darwin, you've done the longest part of the trip.
Well, I'm in the perfect position because how close am I, right?
So KL's
100%.
Yeah.
I'll be paying half the money you pay, Arch.
Yes.
You'd be paying half the money anyone's paying.
That's a beauty about living in Darwin.
I might next month. I got to be honest with you. This month I had to settle in a bit. I might go next month, February.
Trust me, you will get bombarded with all sorts of stuff there. You'll love it. People will be engaged.
Oh, I love KL. I've been to KL. I've been to KL.
I've never been, but I've heard nothing but good things about it, to be honest.
Yeah. No. It's an amazing KL. You've got the Indian Quarter. You've got the Malay Quarter. You've got different areas there. It's Chinese sex, Chinatown. It's pretty.
Is that your favorite
cool
spot in KL, Chinatown?
I love all KL. It's got the Petronas Towers, from that movie.
Yep.
That's amazing. KL's.
Was it Entrapment?
I think so. Yes.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Good scene there.
Jones.
Yes. Amazing stuff. Look. You know what? I might actually do that. We'll just see. Look, at the moment, I've just had a few things. Okay, I'll be honest with you. I wanted to get my room back to order. By the way, if you don't realize this, I'm using the desk. I got the desk back. The desk is back. So I just wanted to settle a few things in at my home. I'll seriously give it. Look, at the moment, I just want to settle. I've had a few mental health problems. My anxiety's a bit all over the shop. I would like to.
I told you what to do about that, Arch.
What's that? Oh, yes, you did. Sorry. Yes.
You want me to say it again?
Mr. GMT prescription.
That's it, mate. It works for me.
Yeah, mine is you got to understand. Look, I'm actually better today. You know what? Today is actually the first day I can say this has probably been the best day.
You know why? Because you're going to review James's collection.
Yeah, and I got to be honest with you. I really enjoy this panel. Timely is fucking nice. He's come in. Mike the Snake is fucking loyal. He stood by me. Doesn't matter that whatever's happened. He just said, "Oh, Arch, I'm here for you. I try my best." I mean, that's pretty fucking loyal people.
Well, that's what you can do. Just try your best, and Mike always does that. Well done, brother.
That's the thing. Al 29, $2. Arch, best watch advice on YouTube. Thank you, Al.
Can you bring up JJ's?
You know what? I would actually go. There we go. JJ's hangout. JJ's a good guy.
That's his prescription.
That is my prescription.
And he even said, if you feel that the dosage isn't enough, you can always up it 2 or 3 times a day. Is what he said from memory.
That's what you do. It's like anything. You just up the dosage.
No. I understand.
No. He reckons that.
No. He understands.
He understands. Anyway.
Sorry, we interrupted you as you were.
Yeah, no. I gotta tell you this. It's good to. I just want to settle down a bit, and definitely some travel is on the cards there. Okay, I've just got a few commitments, few bills come in, and I got a few things to settle, and then we'll see what we can do. So
and also,
well, I'm excited to be honest. I'm excited. If it happens, I'm really excited.
And also in the not too distant future, I'm happy to say this as well. I'm going to be having a look at some of the shops we've got here in Sydney and going in there and having a bit of a poke around on stream as well, if possible.
Of course, that's amazing.
Yep.
Mr. Smelly, we got a super chat. Mr. Smelly, my good friend, Mr. Smelly, 1977, £4.50. The definitive live stream. I always tune in and appreciate your unique style, Archie. Thank you so much there.
He's a charming fellow. I tell you what.
He is a really lovely guy.
Appreciate Mr. Smelly very much.
Yes. And he's invited me onto his panel as well, Arch. So maybe one day I'll jump on.
Man, he's very, very cool. I love his show. Check him out.
And also, this is a really good idea as well. And Swinging Kangaroo is an absolute gentleman. We had a chat with him yesterday, and I had a bit of a chat with him off air. Swinging Kangaroo. Yeah. I would like to see his collection. It would be good to have him on and do a collection review with him as well.
He's a great guy. Swinging Kangaroo has been so cool.
Yep. Awesome guy.
Yeah.
An absolute gentleman.
Definitely.
But look, this is the best I can come up with that would fit James's collection. That would be
throw this one out, man. I don't like this one.
You don't have to like it.
You don't like
this collection today.
Here we
Super
go,
chat,
Yankee
boys.
Doodle. I don't believe I got an answer. I want 40 mil or smaller with date. Everyday watch. Don't care if it's steel. Fake me dead. Why is this so hard?
It's not. I said, get the Pro. The Pro is perfect. It's a 39. It's beautiful watch. I wear it and I love it. You can't go wrong. It's a diver and a travel watch, all in one hit. You can do everything with it. It's an all-round package.
It's probably something in Grand Seiko that would fit his bill as well.
By the way, guys, you may not know this in America, but today is Australia Day. It's actually a public holiday.
Correct.
That's why I'm
the
here.
reason. That's why we've got Mr. GMT with us. Do you do much on Australia Day? It's famous for
I'm doing heaps, Arch.
barbecue
I'm actually sitting here with you, having an awesome time, helping you out as much as I can. What else do I want?
Do you guys do fireworks in the evening and stuff like that?
No, we do that on Territory Day in Darwin. We actually allowed to let off fireworks in Darwin on Territory Day, which is the 1st of July.
Yeah, 4th of July in America, is the big Independence Day. So that's the day we, blow off all the fireworks in America. And
that's
so
right.
I was just curious.
I like to blow off something else, but anyway.
It's
all right.
I got to tell you. Yeah,
I've got something just quickly for Yankee Doodle as well, as a bit of a change up. Yeah. So he's
sorry. Let me read Yankee Doodle. Yankee Doodle, $5. I don't believe I got an answer. I want 40 mil or smaller with date. Everyday watch. Don't care if it's steel. Fake me dead. Why is this so hard? The reason it's so hard is we don't want to come up with shit solutions for you. 40 mil. So you want an everyday. So in my opinion, everyday needs to be steel bracelet, waterproof. Okay. You want 40 mil or smaller and you want a date.
So this ticks all those boxes. So this is 36 mil. I know it's a bit on the small side, but 36 mil, it's under 40. It's got a screw down crown, 100 meter water resistance because it's sporting an Omega, what do you call oyster case? Yeah, it's got the date. It's got, sorry, Rolex, my bad. It's got the date and the day. This one's a bit of a special edition of it because it has the mosaic dial. I've had one. It's got the Tudor's Jubilee version bracelet with pressed clasp, but it's under the size you want. You can wear it casually. You can wear it dressed. It's got the date. It's automatic. It's got a mechanical wind function to it as well. So it's everything you're asking for. It's got loom as well, as an example. So
yeah, I gotta tell you,
you did say no Rolex though.
It's not Rolex.
No Rolex.
It's not Rolex. It's Tudor.
It doesn't even have Rolex on the crown. This one, it's got a Tudor crown.
Fair point.
Well, that's
Fair
another
point.
option. I
It's
still
an
reckon the
option
Pro.
anyway.
I still reckon the
Well,
Pro.
I don't know if the
He's
Tudor does
talking
it for
40.
me. I don't know. Here we go. Crystal Kennedy, $8. My Pontiff, I was shocked and disappointed to learn this morning that you were again overlooked for Australian of the Year. Happy Australia Day, anyhow. Thank you.
Happy Australia Day, brother. Happy Australia Day.
Thank you so much.
Happy Australia Day to all you Aussies
Thank you, Mike.
Happy Australia Day.
from America. I'll speak for America myself here.
No, it's
So
what can
this
I
was
say?
Tan's recommendation, right? In regards to Yankee Doodle's thing there. So that's the watch there. And it's 40 mil, 300-meter water resistant with screw down,
And it's not a
120 clip
Rolex.
bezel.
Oh, I don't know. What do you reckon? I think this guy here, let's just clarify it. Yankee Doodle, he wears a Vacheron Constantin Patrimony. Okay. I don't think so. We've got to up the price range. Okay. I think.
Yep. This is just, I was bringing up what Tan was.
Well, there's probably some
Tan's in the
Vacherons.
comments. The
Yeah,
urban
of course. He's been
gentry.
there all night. He's been there all night. Arch.
Tell him to jump on. Jump on, Tan.
He
Jump
said he
on.
does.
We want Tan can jump on.
Oh, I love Tans. He can't jump on. He's my man. He's a fucking awesome bloke.
He's a great guy. I love Tan.
really is.
Urban Gentry one. Sorry.
It's okay.
I bet you Vacheron has a candidate that might fit the bill. Yeah, if we're going to up the price range.
I got to tell you, I think he's bringing that up as a joke because that's kind of
Yeah, I know.
they're a garbage you watch, but
Yeah.
you know what I think. You know what I think for Yankee Doodle. Seriously, you know what I think his best bet to buy would be. Seriously, maybe for him. I've never said this before. Maybe a bathyoscope, a blank pane, 50 fathoms, some sort of 50 fathoms. Can we get a
There you
50
go.
fathoms? Can we get a 50
If he likes
fathoms?
him, why not?
That
Aren't they
may
kind of
be.
big? Aren't they kind of big though?
Yeah.
Yes, that's the thing. See, I think everyday watch, you want something steel on a bracelet, waterproof, but he won't go Rolex. He won't. I reckon for me, 57 Omega, 57 speed Seamaster 50 retro, very retro, beautiful
Yeah.
piece.
I think
That's
the
what I would be doing. I would be doing
Seamaster
that.
300 Heritage, I think might fit the bill. If it's got a date, I don't know. I can't remember if it's got a date or not, but that would be a nice one. Yeah.
I'm doing
It's
some looking around for Yankee Doodle now, guys. So if you just want to
Yes.
sort of carry
Yes.
on while I have a bit of a play.
Mr. Sexy, can I ask you something?
Yeah.
Far
yeah,
away.
yeah.
Mr. Sexy, I want to ask you something seriously.
Far away, brother.
What's in Darwin itself there? The temperature gets so. Can you wear leather strap watches? Like it's bad enough in Queensland.
I try and wear my leather band watches if in the house if I'm gonna wear them. I not wear them outdoors in this time of year. But in the middle of the year when we have dry season, no problem. You can wear them out. Not an issue. But in saying that, Timely wore his leather watch here and he didn't have an issue.
I didn't have
I
it,
like
but I was
those-
only
I like
there for a
those,
few days too.
I like those rubber, those leather
you know-
straps that have a rubber inner liner.
Oh, they
Yeah.
get funny. They get funny. You know what? It's
They-
like
they
a
start peeling and
smacko.
stuff.
Your
They
leather
start
strap.
peeling.
To quote our good friend Sovron, leather straps in Darwin become Brisbane as well. They become like a schmacko. You know, for the dog treats, the schmacko leather. You know, they get that
Yeah, see,
schmacko.
I've had my
schmacko.
Monaco since 2017, and the strap on it is still pristine. Just putting that out
Oh,
there. It's a
beautiful.
leather strap.
What
set.
is the? Tell me this, just so people can understand this. What is the average temperature in Darwin?
Average is between 30 and 35,
30 and
but it's
35.
about 80 degrees, 70 to 80 degrees humidity this time of year.
Far out. And what's the hottest you've had in Darwin yourself? What's the hottest day you've experienced?
Actually, I went out to Jabiru, which is about an hour and a half drive, and
Yeah.
I used to do roofing. I did that for about 10 years as well,
Yeah.
and we're doing the Crocodile Hotel there, and I actually passed out. It went up to 80 degrees on that roof. That's how hot it
Fuck
was.
me dead.
80
Why
degrees.
don't you wait until nighttime or morning to go on the roof?
Well, morning was too much dew, so you'll slip and fall off. So it was very, very
Okay.
slippery in the mornings to go to.
All right, Yankee Doodle.
There you go.
Yes,
Sports.
sirree.
There you go. Right there.
Is it waterproof, Bart? Sorry
Should
to
be.
be a Cove had
Yeah,
one of
that
these.
is waterproof because that's got screw down crowns.
Yeah, all
There
those
you go.
crowns are screw down crowns.
That's what I thought they had.
Pushes
Screw down
are.
crown.
Yeah, no, screw down crown, pushes, screw down.
So 80 degrees on the roof, right?
It was 80 degrees on that day, and I passed out, and the other boys just got off because they saw that. Hang on, this guy's going down. We're going to go
atmospheres.
down.
What's that?
When you say you passed out, what do you mean by passed out? You collapsed on the
fainted.
roof?
Collapsed on the roof. Yeah.
That could
On
kill
the
you.
roof.
You could.
No, but what happened was on the Crocodile Hotel, we were lucky in that when we're on the tail end, and it actually goes up like a V and goes straight down.
Yeah.
So when I slipped into the gutter, and there was nothing for me to fall off. So I just slipped and just passed out there.
But how hot was it? You would have got burnt
80 degrees.
as well.
It was 80 degrees.
cook-
No, the
you could
boys
cook
grabbed me. The
food on
boys were
that.
there. They grabbed me straight away. They grabbed me and took me down.
So what do we think of this for Yankee Doodle anyway? Just while we're... And Yankee
You know
Doodle,
what?
what do you think of this watch? So it's got a date, chronograph, steel sports. It's got screw down crown. Yes, 50 meters, but it's pretty much everything that you're after. It's 38 mil, so it's not a 40 or bigger. So it's in a good size range for you. What are we thinking here, mate?
And is it in his price range? It would be, wouldn't it?
Yeah, we upped the price range, so this is.
Well, I really upped
you
the
know,
price range because he said he could afford, something decent.
Okay.
Yeah. So
I
this
upped
this
it. It's
this is
83
the
sticks on chrono.
top
You
pick
really
in my
upped it.
book so far.
I really upped it. I went for gold, but
Yeah.
I went straight for AP with this one.
Fuck.
Now does Vacheron,
That's a good idea. I think this would, the other thing I think would be very good for Mr. Yankee Doodle. What about a Vacheron Constantin overseas?
yeah,
Steel
that's what I was
three
gonna
hand.
say.
And I
blue
was thinking
dial.
of
That's
the AP offshores as well. Pretty good.
They're
I know he
big,
wants
though.
under 40. He wants under 40, Mr.
They're
GMP.
huge.
Under 40. Okay, yeah, that's right. Sorry, my bad.
And I think the Vacheron overseas is 40, I believe. And yeah, the Vacheron overseas blue three-hander would be, if it's got a screw down crown.
Well, Yankee Doodle says I can afford up to $1 million.
There you go. Well,
Whoa! Now we're taking it to another level again, boys.
there you go. Vacheron blue three-hander version 2 or this watch here. There you go. 2 top picks.
Fuck. Now you watch Tomley's looking for more. It's going higher again. I can see it.
Well, I got one that says price on request. So
Price and request. That'll do it.
it's a bit big. 42 and a half.
No, I reckon this is a good
What's
buy.
that?
I was
What's
a
40?
Vacheron overseas.
Oh, is it? Oh shit. Okay.
What about RMs? Are they how waterproof are they? Because I don't really look into them, so they're out of my price range.
The Vacheron makes a jumbo that's a little bit smaller. They have some overseas style looking watches that are smaller.
Let's have a look here.
I got to tell
Talk
you,
amongst yourselves,
Yeah.
guys.
how much?
Yeah,
How much?
Tan reckons
How much-
overseas is 41.
They have the 222.
41's near enough.
Yeah.
It's tell me this. in Darwin itself, do you have to treat your watches differently? Surely the stuff doesn't last in 80-degree temperature.
Oh no, that was 80 degrees then. Here, the most that it's ever gone up would be about 38.
38. And being on the roof, it's super hot anyhow, isn't it?
Oh, it's ridiculous. But I'm just saying that's the worst. That's the worst I've ever experienced myself personally.
Yes. And what does it feel? Just fucking shit. It's hot.
Oh my god, you're just lethargic. It's just. I don't recommend it.
No. Roofs get hot anywhere, but they Stud Muffin $2. Where would you buy a condo for $1 million US? Good question. Let's ask the man. Where do you want to live? But where do you want to live? That's the question. Where would you like to live?
I don't know if he's asking the right panel. We're not the right panel on you. Are we? For that question.
Exactly. It's interesting. It's very interesting indeed there. Tell me this. In Darwin itself there, that's one of the most inhospitable places in the world, isn't it? Or you just used to it? You couldn't have
used to it.
Like you come to Brisbane and think, oh fuck, this is cold. Well, how do you feel when you go to
remember when I came that one day?
Yeah.
I just stepped out and grabbed a coffee, just walked out just to get a bit of fresh air.
Yeah.
And it was like I had aircon on. It was the best. I was thinking to myself, Arch has got the best life, mate. He lives in the best place in the world. I was so happy. I was actually happy for you. It's just beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, it has its moments. Queensland has its moments there.
So why did your dad go to Queensland, Arch?
No, because my dad came out as a kid in 1960. His parents, they were in. What happened was they were scared because my grandfather was a Russian soldier who deserted because he surrendered. So any soldiers who surrendered, they were sent back to Ukraine and they were killed because why did you surrender?
Okay.
And he got scared about that. So he thought, fuck, he'll go to Australia. And that's why he came. My grandfather, actually, he was quite successful in England. He had two houses in Huddersfield, and he had quite a good job as a head, woolen. It was a labouring job. Sorry, it wasn't like a profession. It was a trade. But he came out, and then things weren't that good for him. Okay, but it helped. My dad did really well. He went to university and did really well. So it was a number of factors, but Australia is not a bad country. It's a nice country. It's a Western, fuck, look what happened to me. There's bad shit happens.
Look, everywhere you go, that's just that happens everywhere, Arch. It's not just where you are. It's just it's a normal occurrence, believe it or not.
Yeah. So that's the reason he came. But Sydney was always more expensive. They didn't go to because they encourage migrants to go to non-Sydney because Sydney's expensive and also so crowded. So they said they were trying to encourage people to go to the less populated spots.
Yep.
So Brisbane was sort of Sydney, Melbourne, then Brisbane's kind of the next biggest place. Adelaide
was the fourth, yeah. That was like
Adelaide's always been a bit strange. Adelaide is Adelaide. Actually, I love Adelaide as a city.
I do too.
It's a beautiful city. I really, really do like Adelaide. I've only been there once. That was to drop that watch off. That's the only.
To Tony Nico, yeah.
Yeah, that was a lovely. It was amazing. Like it's got a lot of historic buildings. I like that sort of architecture.
Yeah,
I like that
heritage.
sort of shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that sort of stuff.
So the one on the screen at the moment, right?
Yes.
That's 38 mil Patek Steel Sports.
Yes, that's a 50-65. 50-65.
And then he said 40 mil or smaller, right?
Mm-hmm. Ooh, look at this. 5127. This is the legendary.
Jesus.
Well, he's got deep pockets, right? I mean, you want
Yes,
a steel
yeah,
squad,
100% right. If you've got the money.
you got the money. This is the one I'd be getting.
It is beautiful, but that's
So,
like a semi. Would you wear that as a, I don't know, every day?
and then people probably go, because it's so expensive, it's not an everyday watch. Well, we did the lower end, and he's saying that, you know, he's got deeper pockets. So now I'm going the higher end. It's in stainless steel, so you can wear it every day. Very legible dial. You've got the date there. It's even got the moon phase. It's got everything there. So, I mean, you know, what do you think? You tell me. You're a
Well,
hard
man,
man to please.
what I'm trying to say is you have covered all the bases, which is great. You know, so he can go now, he can go back now and say, right,
Yep.
these are the options. You can go back on the video, watch it, and say, these are my choices. Let's do it. He might not like any of them. I don't know. Maybe he should just write in the chat and let us know what he thinks.
That's an absolute beautiful piece. It's a dream.
Oh yeah,
57,
mate!
12.
I would do
My
backflips
God.
if I had that. Backflips, like I won the lotto if I got this.
I think you'd need to win the lotto, actually.
Yeah, you're right, Arch. I need to win the lotto.
You would actually need that.
I'm a winner.
You nailed it, Arch.
Yeah, it's but a beautiful watch that there. They Pateks, gorgeous watches. I tell you what else. One and done. So we're looking one and done, 40 mil. See, let's have a think. It gets very tricky. It's hard because the variables. We set the variables.
See, it's easy when it's just the size and under for every day. But when you add date and stuff like that in, it starts to get a bit more. The choice, you got less choices, pretty much.
Exactly.
Now he's trying to fly below the radar. He's just screwing with us now.
No. He's playing games, man. He's playing games.
That's all it is.
Yeah, he's playing games. I like him, but I like him.
All right. I like your style. You want to fly under the radar? Okay.
Boys, I'll be back in a second.
Yeah, no worries there. Timely, I got to tell you, it's an interesting thing building a collection for somebody. Do you have many people who come to you? Because obviously people know you like watches. Do they say, oh, I want to get a good watch? What advice do you give them?
I get some people at work that come up to me because they know that I'm into watches and so forth. And these are people just starting out and, they want to start building. So my advice to them is to get something that, they're going to start off, they're going to enjoy, they're going to get their money back on. They're not going to do their rear end in trying to pay the money on it. So we're talking people that don't want to start spending big money on their first watch, right?
Yes.
So my advice for a first one, for a decent piece, is the PRX with the Powermatic 80 waffle dial. Generally, because it's one of those watches you can wear on all occasions. You can wear it in a suit because it sort of looks stressed a bit. You can wear it casually. It's classy enough. Steel bracelet. It's got the Powermatic 80 in it, so you get an automatic. They get a feel for a mechanical watch. I mean, and it's $1,000 Australian.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I mean, that's what I would start people off with, if they're not looking to spend, a pretty penny. If they want to go for more money, then I'd probably be saying start it with a Black Bay or a Seamaster. And then if, they're just willing to drop whatever cash, they're cashed and they just want a really good first watch, just go Submariner straight away. Don't muck around.
Here we go. Stud Muffin, $5. I mean, pick any city as long as it's under $1 million. If you don't need inspiration, pull up an email question. Okay. I tell you what I'll do here for Stud Muffin. I'm going to show you what you get. I'm going to show you. We're going to call up real estate. I'm going to show you my city, okay? Brisbane, okay? I'm going to show you for $1 million. This is what I would be looking at. Let's have a look. So $1 million, $1 million. I'll show you exactly what you get. This is $1 million Aussie. So that's actually 700,000 US, because the exchange rate, 1 Aussie is 70 cents. So I'll show you what you can get for $1 million. I'm going to call this up now, and we'll go from lowest to highest. Here we go. Here we go. Let's have a look here. $1 million. Let's have a look. $1 million. So this is near where I live. Here's a house here. Okay.
Pull it up, Arch.
Here's a house. This is Westlake. Westlake is actually slightly more upmarket than my suburb. It's next to sister suburb. 850. It needs a bit of work, but it's still presentable. Oh, look at that lounge there. It's seen better days. But you know what? This is a decent for $800,000, $850,000. This is what you would get. So let's have a look here. Let's have a look. What's about 1.1? That's West. I know that house actually. It's a nice house. That bit of a noisy. Here we go. Let's have a look. It's that 851. A lot of them here, they don't actually list the prices anymore because here we go, just 925 Aussie. This is Aussie dollars. They don't list the prices. It's all by negotiation these days. But the thing is, there's many nice houses where look at that. He's got a Lotus. Look at that, a catamaran. Look at that. That's an enthusiast house. Look at this.
Oh yeah,
Lotus
7. That's a Lotus 7.
Lotus 7. It's actually, I think it's a catamaran. That's a company that reissued. Catamaran. They redid them. Okay, so that's how much you're looking at a house. Let me show you an apartment. Okay, you want to buy a nice. Okay, I'm going to show you this here. You want to buy a nice apartment. Here we go, Taringa. This is close to the University of Queensland. We want an apartment. Let's have a look. Da-da-da-da. Here we go. What are we looking at for an apartment? Let's have a look. Here's one here. Actually, I know this building. $430,000. It's okay. 650 for a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 2-car. Nice. It's a nice building. That so this is not far from the city. That's what you get for your money. Now, why is this one so cheap? 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1-car. That's not bad. $420,000. That's nothing. 420, relatively nothing, I think. So that's what apartments. 3-bedroom apartment. Let's have a look. What else can you get? You want to see what we can get? Here's one, 700. A little bit crammed. Too much furniture. This is actually, I know this building here. 480. 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1-car. Nice. This is a nice unit. 480,000 Aussie dollars.
There was a question from Pavel about property tax rate. What do you pay in Australia? So in New South Wales, where I'm from.
Okay, let me just clarify that. When they say property taxes,
yeah,
we don't have property taxes like you Americans. They actually have like an extra. They got federal tax and state taxes. We actually, we don't have that. We have a federal tax. We have rates which pays for utilities. Now, in an apartment like this, you're normally looking about $500 a quarter. You would pay a homeowners association about $700, $800 a quarter. That's all you'd pay. On a house, you don't have a homeowners association. You'd be paying water. So about $500, $400 for water a quarter. That's our, we call that rates. Now so we don't have a property tax like, see, America, their property taxes pays for schools. That's in our taxes. That's included in our federal tax.
Okay.
So America is different. So when they say property taxes, we don't have we have massive stamp duty. When you buy or sell a place, you pay, what's it, 3%?
Yeah, it's crazy.
3% or something? 2%?
Yeah,
what is it? That. 3% of the purchase price to the
Yep.
government to transfer it to you, which is just a rort.
Just to the government for that. That's all it is.
But,
There's
I bought my
nothing-
Hilux. I had to pay stamp duty, $1,200 Australian.
Now, let me show you
Yeah,
something,
that's
guys. So this is Brisbane. This is where I'm from. Now, if we go somewhere else, let me show you something. If we go to Sydney, right? Sydney CBD, we're looking at an apartment,
Yeah.
right? You would be looking at, we go low to high, apartments in the city. Look at this, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, no car. This is actually quite reasonable. 1.3 million. That's 1 million US. Very tight. I mean, it's beautifully done. It's a nice building. It's got fantastic facilities. It's posh. But it's fucking cramped. Inside there, you got water views. That's why this is so expensive. Can you see that? This is in Kent Street. That's actually a good street. Kent Street's amazing. So in Sydney itself, you can see these apartments, they're fucking dear. Could you raise a family there? No fucking way. No, well,
Okay.
you could do whatever you want, but I don't think it's going to be so comfy.
It'll be easier somewhere else. A lot easier.
Here's one in York Street, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom, 1 car. Look at this. Look at this. Very tight. Very tight. A 1 bedroom. It's $1 million Aussie dollars. So Sydney itself is Viking. I was just looking at that Asian girl. Who is she? You know, sorry. So you can see here, Sydney is expensive. Now let's have a look at where our good friend Mr. GMT is from. Let's have a look there. You want to have a look at Darwin? Let me show you. Darwin is not so cheap.
No,
Let's
it's
look at an
not. Darwin's not
apartment in
cheap at all.
Darwin. Let's look at an apartment in Darwin. 320. That's actually quite reasonable. Look at this. This is a 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom. That's in
Whereabouts is it? Oh, Marara.
Marara?
Marara's good. Yeah, Marara's
Marara
good.
is
Marara's
good?
just right next to the airport, so it's good. It's a good location.
Okay, so that's a little apartment, 320. That's actually quite reasonable.
How many bedroom?
Chips.
It's 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom,
Oh.
2 car. It's only 69 square meters. It's not massive,
big.
but it's.
No.
Here's an older place. Look at this.
This is old. This is really old.
270. What's that?
This is too old.
Wagaman.
This is a
Wagaman?
Yeah. That's
Was
this is
Wagaman
really
okay?
old. I actually, believe it or not, this apartment here, these apartments here, these are
Yeah.
the first apartments that my parents actually stayed in when they came to Australia with me in
Are they? How are
1970.
they? How are they bad? But these are quite
They're
nice.
very old.
Quality.
They're very old. They're very, very old. They've been obviously redone inside, but they're very old. This here, these are the apartments right here. These ones here is where I stayed when I was when I was born. Here,
How come
right in
the
these
brick's
apartments.
gone
here.
a bit funny? Why is it gone a bit funny?
No, it's old. These are from the
Just old.
70s. 70s is
Okay.
these building here. That's what I'm saying. It's very old. But this is like
Okay.
prime location. This is right where Casuarina is, which is our big shopping center.
So
That's arena.
you can
Yeah.
see. Look at this. This is $1.3 million apartment, 4-bedder. Look at that. So
Yeah,
you
that's
get
in
a
the
lot
Darwin
better
CBD.
value in Darwin.
Esplanade. This is where Timely stayed in the Esplanade.
Yeah.
You get a lot better value in Darwin than you do in Sydney, and
cracker
you can
apartment.
see it's a cracker of apartment, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For 1.3, it better be.
You
Yes,
say
is
it
there a
like
lot of
that, but
job-
honestly, you're just getting a standard apartment like that here in Sydney. That's the thing. Yeah, in the CBD.
The question I
Like
have
that's a
for you.
cracker. I mean, you know,
Look, here's a house, a little bit run down, 400,000.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's what
400K.
suburb is that? What suburb
Mara?
is that in?
Mara.
Yeah,
Mara.
Marara is good.
Mara.
Marara.
Marara.
That's a good location actually, Marara.
Is it easy to get a job there, like a 50-year-old
Yeah,
IT guy
yeah.
like me?
No problem. I'll hook you up, Arch. Don't worry about that.
There's a lot of work.
Yeah, I can get you work, man.
it's not.
Don't
It's
worry
not
about
the work you have to worry about. It's the oxygen bottles because of the humidity that you have to carry around.
It's not that bad, bro. Look, you came, you said it. It wasn't that bad.
Look at this. So guys, that's what you're looking at. Bang per buck. So I think we've given him some really good value for the money there. We gave him some really good value. Did we miss any super chats? Just make sure we didn't miss.
Nah, super chat button's just broken, Archie. I don't know what's going on with that.
Super chats have
Look,
the fuck.
disappeared.
I think we had a really nice show today. I liked it. We had to do showcase his collection. We had some really good watch talk. I'm very happy with how it went. I had look. It's we're changing of the guard. It's always hard to change, but I'm really excited that we've got a new way of going. And hey, I can only try my best. That's all I can do in life is try your best.
You still got the punters in the chat. They're still, engaged. I've been watching the chat. They've been really good, man. They have been really great.
They have there. It's look, Reza. He says, remember the ad that said no Asians? You know what? That was 70s. That's taken out of context.
I can't remember that.
Asians are so integrated into Australia now.
We got
funny.
Such a big community of Asian culture. Like, what I'll do on Sunday? This Sunday, I'll take you to one of the markets that I go to. I'll take you. I'll gonzo stream it, and I'll show you, and it'll remind you. You'll think that I'm overseas. I'm telling you. That's what these markets are like. You think that I'm in Malaysia or something.
Yes, 100% there. It's Darwin has got such a mix. It's such a cosmopolitan mix. You've got so much culture.
Because we're so close to Asia, we get that big influence of Asian culture. Yes. You're pretty lucky there. I never been. I would love to come up and see you.
I'm. That's certainly on the cards there. Tell me this, guys.
Yeah.
Wristwatches.
Well, apparently plastic's coming up. He's the organizer. He wants to come up.
Okay.
Which I found very interesting.
You were saying, Tommy, do many people ask you for watch advice? What's a good watch to get? What do you need to spend?
So I've had a few. Again, people at work that are just starting to want to build a collection. And my main recommendation was the Powermatic 80 PRX. Go with the blue because it goes with everything. Modern
Do you get
color.
money back on that? Okay, say you want to upgrade out of it.
Yeah. You get your money back on it.
You get your money back.
Yeah, you get your money. That's why I'm saying the PRX.
Can you buy it with a discount? Can you get a discount?
Not sure at the AD or anything if you can get a discount on it, but I mean secondhand you can get it for around 800 to 900 Australian. Box paper.
They're about 1,000 Australian at retail, so you don't lose too much, man. You can get close to your money back on them.
Yeah. So if
next step after that, what would you say? A tag Hoya? What's the next thing after that?
I guess depends on which tag you buy. You don't want to lose money on it either. You want to keep as much as you can. That's the next step up from that. It's a bit of a crapshoot. Yeah, it's almost as if you're destined to lose out if you try and buy it brand new. You know what I mean? Like, you got like Tag, Oris, Longines, all these brands. I mean, they make some okay watches, but again, it's a crapshoot trying to. So
I'm lucky I can get my money back on my Monaco. My Monaco gets its money back, no problem.
The Monaco is expensive. The Monaco is not cheap. What's a Monaco now?
When I bought mine, listen to this. When I bought mine, it was 7.5. I ended up getting it for 6.5 retail, right? Now they're at 10 over 10. And I can still get my 6.5 back now if I sell it. That I bought it for.
Wow.
So which I mean, in that sort of in between, it is a crapshoot. I don't. There's not really much in there that
Big Guns is coming to Australia. I'll catch up with you certainly. I'll be coming to Australia in June for a week. I'm actually going to Singapore for a week in early June, but hey, we can catch up. I'll
wave to you while you're flying past, Archie. Go like this. Hey, see you later.
Yes, Archie, yes. Stud muffin, $5. Great advice, Arch. Only problem is that I need to be around posh fikers. I was thinking places like Milan, Osaka, Munich, and KL. Australia is low key. Yeah,
Archie,
fair
that's
point.
10.6. Brand new.
10.6.
Australian.
Wow.
That's my one. That's my one right there.
7
Yeah.
US.
I
They're
got the
not
special
cheap.
edition, but
Beautiful watch. Beautiful.
Swinging kangaroo.
Swinging kangaroo,
$5.
$5. All right. Even though conditions for my super chat are not met yet, but this is a vital question. Are you going to do a fundraiser to go to Watches and Wonders?
would you go, Arch?
Look, at this stage, I'll be honest with you.
Not this time round.
It's so expensive. Okay. I mean, you're going to Europe. It's a fucking awful flight. And accommodation is ridiculous. I'm not in the right frame to go. Okay.
How did you find flying to America? How did you find that flight? Like, as in the amount of time, travel time?
Look, it's a long flight. I had a very good seat in the plane, which helped, but I could never afford that normally.
Yeah.
You understand? It's a difference. When you fly at the front, you want the flight to go as long as possible. Nothing's a problem. Okay, you just relax and enjoy. But when you're at the back, you're counting every minute.
If you look at the screen now, all these watches on the screen there, roughly around the $2,000 mark, you're going to lose money on all this shit. This is the thing if you try and buy it new, yeah? So you've got the Longines Conquest, dress piece. You can pick that up secondhand for about $1,000. You know, these Longines automatics, again, you're going to lose out. They're about 13, 14. I don't know too much about the Mont Blanc. The quartz Longines are even less, like you're looking at $900, $800, $1,000 around there. You're losing out big on anything in that next price range. That's what I'm saying. Just save, yeah?
Yeah, no, I think the danger is you're going into a territory which it's no man's land. You know what I mean? It's kind of...
Yeah,
you
need to skip this and go straight to something like,
a Tudor.
Tudor Black Bay or more of a 90s or 2000 Seamaster, that kind of a. Otherwise, you're just losing out. You're pissing your money away. So my advice to anyone like that is just to save and go to the next
level there.
Don't waste your time.
Yeah.
Unless there's something you really like and you're going to keep it forever kind of thing. But I mean, let's be honest, we don't keep everything that we have forever. We're always flipping, trying to build. And as soon as they get bit by the bug, that's what they're going to be doing.
100% right. 100% right. Stud Muffin, just to give you some more love there. Whew, I tell you what, $1 million. Milan, Italy, expensive. I'd see. The thing is, are you talking... You got to give me some more details. Are you talking $1 million Aussie or you're talking $1 million US? I think Bangkok would be Bangkok's become really expensive. That used to be, you could buy a nice, that's become expensive. The world is not cheap. Things are not as cheap as they were there. KL, you can...
I'll be right back. 1 second.
That's okay. That's okay. Swinging kangaroo. So I got to be honest with you, Swinging. I don't want to disappoint you. I don't want to overpromise, undercommit. I don't think it's the right go for me at the moment. I had a US, American. I had a UK trip, England, and I've got to kind of was
that all in 1 year? That wasn't all in 1 year, was it?
That was in 22.
Wow,
yeah,
what a big year.
22.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's yeah, so I mean look, you got to have the right frame of mind too. I've had some personal problems, and the last thing I want to do is put financial pressure on myself to go to Switzerland, and you got to have the right frame of mind to do that properly. So I'm just You understand Timely, don't you? I mean, I think you got it. Watches and Wonders.
Well,
It's
Time was away then because I was trying to.
no,
What
that's
I'm
okay.
about to do now, right? This man
Yes, sir.
is absolutely correct. Yeah. So
Yeah.
in a best effort to try and celebrate Australia Day, I haven't opened this one yet, so I'm going to crack this. So I recommend that you get some Vicky or
Haha.
something. Yeah, and let's
Wow,
make this,
look
official.
at that 21-year-old.
Right, so this is
Wow.
the
Look at
first year I
that.
haven't opened it yet. So let's make
Wow.
this happen, right? Let's do it right.
Sure.
Let's get Australia Day
Australia
happening.
Day. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. I'll have a bit of this. Writer's Tears. This was the beautiful gift from my good friend Thomas Burnett. Thomas Burnett.
So let's do this the right way, yeah? So
Mm-hmm.
unopened. I've got to crack this thing. See? Ta-da, ta-da. Ta-da, ta-da. See, I even did an Archie,
Look at that.
unboxing then.
Yes. What a wonderful. Who gave you this bottle?
Where I was working last, this was a gift from the staff because, just to say thank you and so forth for how I was managing, I guess. Doing a good job. Ooh, that's looking good.
It's Australia Day and everybody's sober. Thank you,
Cheers.
Tan. Cheers.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh.
You just couldn't wait for me, man. I went to get mine, for God's sake.
Oh,
All right. I'm
sorry.
happy
Sorry,
to reach for the
man.
glass.
Sorry.
Come on.
Oh, man. You beat me to the punch. Oh, man. Far out. Yeah. All right. I went and got myself a shot because Tan did make a good comment. Happy Australia Day to everyone and to all our fellow Australians. Thank you, Arch, for an awesome show today. And I wish you and Timely all the best in your future endeavors.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
guys. Thank you.
Thank you, Tan.
Yeah.
So,
Beautiful drop. Here we go. Super chat.
Spinnaker, $10. Happy Australia Day, boys. I'm in too. I'll sponsor drinks.
there you
Salute.
go.
Thank you.
Salute.
Look, who wants to get Archie a little bit on the tipsy side here?
Well, that's
What
not
do we
hard
say?
to do with
Australia Day.
Dude.
Let's start getting the panel a little bit pissed here. What do you reckon?
you don't want to get me pissed. No, don't get me
No,
pissed.
we just have
Yeah,
a few
why
little
not?
drinks. A few little drinks.
Let's
Don't
have a few drinks here, right? So let's super chat for some drinks and let's make. Yeah, why not? We can go a bit longer as well. Doesn't matter in 8 minutes.
That's
Let's make
exactly
this
it. We can go a bit longer if there's no
Australia
problems
Day.
at all. Australia
Look,
Day,
if
we're off. We're
off.
having a great time in Australia Day. I got to tell you guys, this has been a really nice, good show. We're talking watches, chat and stuff. We had a lot of fun. We had some good fun there, and
Rum cask finished.
wow, look at that!
I'm actually
eh?
sipping on Blue Label.
Beautiful stuff. You're a lucky man. Very.
I've had it for 15 years. That's how much of a tight ass I am. I opened it up after 15 years.
Well, that's okay, man. That's okay. You. I might have a bit of the hibiki that Tan, the man, got for me. I'm gonna celebrate. Tan,
he's a good
the
man.
man, got me the hibiki. I'm gonna have a little
The
bit
legend.
of that. You know, what do you?
Why not?
Why not?
Why not? Why
It's
not?
a wonderful scotch, actually. Yes.
That
Why
is
not?
Yes,
an absolute
LA
fantastic-
Methodist, it is raining, actually. It's raining, and it's 31 degrees. Pretty good for Australia Day.
Beautiful. Hibiki from Tan. Thank you so much, Tan. That was a great.
You're a good man, Tan. You're a fucking awesome man. And very...
Hey.
No, he is.
No,
Very
not
good man.
10. This.
Oh.
It's Saffron. I celebrate Australia Day by going to work. Keep the wheels of industry oil. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
He's still got his cinemas, hasn't he? Arch.
No, he sold. They sold out, and he just
sold
he
out.
works there now. He works there.
To finish,
Cheers.
Salute. Opa.
Salute.
Very nice.
Beautiful mix.
Quality.
This is beautiful.
It's so smooth, isn't it? Hibiki. This is making me nice and relaxed now. Holy shit, we can go for another 3 hours.
Guys, super chat your questions. We'll answer anything. Come on, guys. We will
Any battles
answer
as well?
anything.
Let's do it. Why not?
Anything, guys. We will answer your question.
Where's
Stud
Mike
muffin.
gone? He's just taken off.
That's okay. Yeah, this is the great thing about the show. We can just sometimes some panelists take, you got to do things. Mike has been a real loyal to me there. I do appreciate it. Tan has also been loyal. Look at me. He's in the comments there.
Tan,
Tan's, you know what? Tan's taking your show to another level, and I got to commend him for that. He's a great man.
Look,
really
guys. Arch Deb stories with the ogres he took as dates with the ogres.
That's the
Share Deb stories, Archie's Deb stories with the ogres he took as dates. Thank you, Tanzil. I got to tell you, it's difficult. We've had a changing. Bear, we'd love you. You're welcome back anytime you want there. But you know what? I got to tell you this. The Archieverse, we've had a constant change of characters. We had the Tan Zeal days with Jin Tinye, but Tan is busy. He's quite busy. We had the Clivers and the Mark Goldberg. We had the Marco, the JJ, and the Tim days. And you know what? We got a new era here. We got the Timely, the Mike, and the Mr. Sexy. What a great
cheers to that.
Here. And, I tell you the truth, guys. I don't focus on other people. I focus on what I can do. And, that's the best I can do is focus on what I do. And we'll see how it goes there. If things go bad, well, you know what? It's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I can just try my best. Bring in the talent. Plastic Freak, $2. Here's to the lads getting lit. Party, baby.
Time to get lit, boys.
Phoenician Cedar, $2. Phoenician Cedar. Opinion on Paddock Geneva seal versus non. So Paddock brought out their own seal, the Paddock seal. You know what? I think the Geneva seal, they got sick of paying money to these people. They had, we'll make our own seal. They can get faked. I think the Geneva seal was kind of the glory days. I think that's it's a different era. These watches now, Patek was never heard of by a lot of these people. Now it's Patek itself has become so much more mainstream. And I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. It's just how the world has changed. We've become more luxury focused. Luxury focused. And there's good and bad with that. Good and bad with being luxury focused. We got Powie. What's Powie want to say? What do you want to say, Powie?
Oh shit! Here we go.
Tickle his balls, Archie! Tickle his balls!
He wants you to tickle someone's balls. I don't know whose balls he wants you to tickle.
I don't know either, but that's how it goes there.
Hey, Mikey, what are you up to, buddy?
It's called Have a Drink Day, Mike. It's Australia Day.
Mikey.
I was just typing. I'm doing 14 things at once right now. I just was talking to my brother. I threw some food on the grill, some wild pig sausage.
Nice.
That's what I've been living off of lately. My brother has a freezer full of it, and that's my main food until I run out or he runs out. And after the show, I'm gonna pick my mom up, take her out for a walk. I jokingly call it like taking a dog for a walk, but she lives in an elderly facility. They don't allow smoking, and since she gave me her car and gave up driving, I am obligated to drive over to her, pick her up, and take her out for a cigarette or two every day. And,
Sorry, I've had a few scotches in a short period of time. How did we get from Australia Day scotching to mum? Sorry.
Somebody asked me what I was doing. So
have a drink.
Yeah, we're asking you.
Salute, come on.
Shrink. Here we go. Stud muffin. Mikey doesn't drink, actually. He's part.
Yeah, I don't drink, so I'll go get a glass and put some water in it and tip it with you guys.
Hey,
Right,
Why not?
hey,
Do
man.
that. Do
Why
that.
not? Why not? Why
Why
not?
Why not?
Alright.
I didn't say what to drink. I just said drink. All right. So you've got another email from.
Here we go. We got Stud Muffin, $5. I have another smashing super chat. Pull up the email and give me your thoughts. So this was regrets, and I got to tell you, actually, this is an interesting one. Let's just call this up. I've frozen the picture where we can see this
I've
collection.
got a big regret.
Okay, here we go. Look at this here. This was okay. So I had Reverso, World Time, Breguet, Explorer 2, 40 mil, IWC, and the Tudor. You know what? Why couldn't I have just been happy there? What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful collection. Look at that.
Because you're a watch collector, you always try and keep punching
Yeah,
above your weight.
that's-
That's what we do. This is how we made, how we give.
You know what?
We
I
never
tell you
stop.
what. Since you guys have been talking about the Tudors, I really want to get my a Tudor Burgundy back. Look at that,
Shit.
the
Here we
Tudor.
go.
You want another Burgundy, Arch? You
You
love
want
the
another
Burgundy,
Burgundy.
don't you?
This will be what, 4 in a row now?
Can I just say a quick hello to my good friend Saad? Saad's in the house, boys.
We love you, Saad.
How you going,
Jump on.
Saad?
General
I gotta
Saad.
tell you. You know what? That fucking collection. What I would give to have that collection now. Look at that. Reverso.
Yes.
Alds, $2. What watch box is that on the pick? That was actually just a generic watch box. Believe it or not, I had that watch box. I bought it from Vintage Watch Co. It had a most beautiful veneer type finish on it. The fucking burglars stole that watch box as well. I had it for years.
Are
I
you telling
had
me
that
that took that watch box?
Yes. Yes.
Fucking hell, man.
Yes. Yeah.
Hang on a minute. So they took that watch box, but they just like poured shit all over the Louis Vuitton ones.
Nah, because
you
they
don't
couldn't get to
understand.
them.
No, the
couldn't
Louis
get to them.
Vuitton one, they couldn't get the safe open.
Oh, okay. All right.
So it was left in the
Yeah,
safe
if I
because the
can't
door
have it,
never
neither
came
can you.
off. Okay. But that watch box, the empty box, was actually on the top of my fucking. It was at the top of my bookshelf there. See next to this. That's where it was. They went through everything, and they took it. They took it.
So speaking of watch boxes, right? I know
Yes.
you've got the LV box still, or boxes. Do you have?
I've got
still,
2
or-
LV boxes. They've got saw marks in them. I
Yes,
could do a
right.
deal on one for you.
So they're in poor. So they're in poor condition to some.
It doesn't
degree,
matter.
right?
You don't understand.
They-
These have
all
got
right.
a story behind them.
They have.
That's what
patina.
matters.
So my
Alright, just
question to
remember
you
that.
is: would you ever go for another LV box? And if you did, would you go and put, the painted designs and stuff on it again?
Oh,
Here we go.
is
Oh,
this
he's walking
the
his
Undertaker?
cat. Holy fuck! You got to walk your
Undertaker.
cat on a leash. You aren't serious, are you?
It's a dog.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
Hey, Arch. Happy Australia Day, buddy.
Hey, happy Australia Day, man. I
Happy
love you.
Australia
Okay?
Day. Salute.
Love you, man.
Happy Australia Day, my man. Happy
Thanks,
Australia
man.
Day.
Mr. Cheers, GMT panel, everyone on the chat.
Cheers.
Happy Australia Day. Cheers.
Look after. Are you having a drink today? Or are you just walking your cat?
I'll just continue on walking my cat. You go on about
You go on about your chat.
What,
Okay.
taking my hunting
You're a
cap
legend,
for
man.
walk.
You're a legend. Never forget it. Love you, brother.
All right, guys.
What a
Enjoy.
cool guy, hey? What a
Thank
cool
you,
guy.
man.
So
Cheers
cool.
No
to the
worries. Mate.
Australians.
See you guys. Enjoy.
Take care, brother. Enjoy your
Cheers.
walk.
Thank you. Thanks for taking your cat for a walk. Well done.
Timely, you're doing a good job. Keep it up, buddy.
Well, I'm trying anyway. We'll see how we go.
Can only
He's got
try.
to. He's just got to
Can
lift
only
up
try
his
your best.
enthusiasm.
I think we've had one hit, one miss. I may have to hit the scotch every day just to have that enthusiasm going. But anyway,
Yeah, it might help. Who
You
knows?
can only try your best, okay? It's
You're gonna end up
Cheers.
being an alcoholic. Cheers, Mikey. Cheers.
that's
Cheers,
a bad
man.
thing.
You can only try your best and enjoy. Enjoy.
Thank you, sir.
Enjoy your watches.
Enjoy your
I
watches.
love. Look at
that's
this.
right.
This is the guy with the gold sub. He also loves his Brega. He's sorry, his Tudor Burgundy.
Tudor.
Tudor Burgundy. Look at that. Why not? Why
They're all
not?
wearing
Look at
Tudors
that.
today. What the hell?
Tudor
Carbon and
Burgundy,
swap.
Why
yes,
not?
all the way. That's
I
the
enjoy all my
40,
watches.
41 millimeter one, the old Black Bay, original Black Bay.
Is that the
Right.
one with the smiley face? The one that you're wearing at the moment?
No, that's
No,
not
no,
funny.
It's the
That's
new,
the
it's the
Pelagos.
new one. It's
That's the new one.
newer
Okay. Yep.
Yeah, I'm
He's
saying that it's back
Oh.
in 2019 when I bought it.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
I had a blue bezel 2018, yeah, and I ended up selling that
Yeah.
to one
Was that
of
the-
my friends.
Smiley face or?
No, it's 2018.
Oh,
It's a
okay.
more current model, yeah.
That
Look,
would
to
be
be honest-
that would be,
to be honest,
on the top.
Undertaker, with the one you've got, you get more bang for your buck anyway, right? So the ETA's got 42 hours of power reserve.
Yes.
There's a lot more parts. It's an older movement, standard kind of thing. But with the Black Bay that we have, you get 72 hours. You got a proper balance.
It's a
wheel instead
Rolex
of a balance
movement,
rod.
Timely. It's a fucking Rolex movement, virtually.
In-house built
okay?
movement.
Yep.
It's
In-house.
just much nicer. Yeah,
Yep.
in my opinion, anyway. But
Yeah,
you get more
I
bang for
agree.
your buck.
You're just a bit biased there.
the new
I'm allowed
Tudor, the new Tudor movements are Breitling / Tudor collaboration.
Yes,
I
that's
believe.
right, Mikey. That's
Here we
right.
go. Got a super chat here from Damasco, $10. $10 from the Texas coast. Cheers, guys. Drink up.
Cheers, brother.
Definitely, guys.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Cheers.
You know what? I haven't had the Fittic 21 before. It's actually quite nice.
Well, before you know, you're going to drink all that anyway because you're going to turn into an alcoholic by the end of this.
No, look. What is it Dean Martin used to say? He goes, I drink to forget. Don't ask him what. He forgot that a long time ago.
I forgot why I was forgetting.
I got to
What a
tell you,
kid.
man, you got to enjoy your stuff. That's a very, very fitting way to go there. You know
Jeez,
what?
That's a really
It's-
quick cat he's got there, isn't it?
It is. It is a very quick cat. How are you
Okay.
going, Undertaker? Tell me this, man. You know, I went and saw a naturopath yesterday.
Yeah, I heard. I was listening to last night's stream.
Yeah,
Well,
I think that's a
waiting
good
for-
idea. What do you reckon?
Oh, look, Arch, naturopath's okay. No harm in that. And, it's always good to hear what they've got to say. And no harm, no foul,
Exactly.
You never
Yeah.
try, you never know.
Yeah. I mean, but, Mr. GMT's prescription sounds quite feasible.
I tell you what, it's pretty cheap too. It doesn't cost you anything.
Archie,
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Scotch should be prescribed by your naturopath as well. So it's got like barley. It's got water in it. What else has it got? in
Stay
there?
away from sugar, big
there's
boy.
beets, there's
Stay
all this
away
stuff.
from sugars. It's sugar. It's pure
Trust me,
processed.
it's
Yeah.
all natural. It's good.
I know. It's how are you enjoying your solid gold sub, Undertaker? Tell us that.
Look, at the moment, it's at the bank safe because I don't have too many watches out at once.
Mm-hmm.
I have always one good one and one and my tutor with me all the time.
So
And
your tutor
other
stays
than
home
that,
at all times? Is that what you're
I
saying?
love it. I love
Yeah.
it. I don't. Yeah. Well, the tutor's my sort of like quote
Beater.
unquote beater.
Yeah.
So, if I'm mowing the lawn, if I'm going to the gym, whatever I can throw at it, it's fine. Beach, pool, whatever.
Mm.
Ultimate tool watch.
It is. It's really good.
Smash
It's
it.
practical. It's practical, and obviously my good watches I wear to work, and I enjoy them. I just enjoy them. I just feel blessed. I'm happy.
It's definitely not a watch for tools.
Well, I mean, geez, that could be debatable.
Don't worry. Next thing you know, he's going to be talking about
Just
like
because-
pushers and
Just
balls. and all
because you
sorts of
wear a
stuff. Don't worry
Tudor
about
or a
his point.
Rolex doesn't mean you can't be a tool.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
It just depends who's wearing them, I suppose.
That's right.
Yeah.
A tool can wear a Rolex as well, right?
Absolutely. There's plenty of them.
Oh.
But look, the main thing is that, yes, I do wear it. I do enjoy it. I'm happy with it. I don't have any regrets. It's nice. It's nice. But, you know, had I been offered a two-tone one, I probably would have snapped it up as well. But I was offered the all gold, and I thought, yep, I'll pull the trigger on it. And I'm glad I did. There's no issue.
It really does look good on you, but it really does.
Nothing
but
wrong
just
with
the shape,
solid
the
gold.
marinade just can't go wrong.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right.
it is, and
That's
it's
right.
really is. It's on the oyster bracelet, as you all know, and it's just beautiful when it's just gold and it's just all solid and it's boom.
Is it heavy? You find it being heavy?
You know what? You compare it to a Sea Dweller 43, and it wouldn't be any heavier than that.
Oh, all right, okay.
Because
That's
it's,
not bad.
yeah, so it's not crazy heavy. It's not like, oh my God, this is like walking around with a hockey puck.
So,
on my-
so pretty much after
Nice.
2 years of wear, your left arm isn't going to be a couple inches longer than your right.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's right. So yeah, but it's well balanced. That's what I like about it. It's well balanced. It's
Very
just
cool.
proportions are just nice on it. You all guys know what it looks like. It's good.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
happy
no,
with
it's
it.
a beautiful watch. It is beautiful.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with it, and I was just happy to have a bluesy and a Submariner, you know.
So you got it. You got that at retail, is that right?
Retail AD, yeah.
You've
So-
done well, really well. Like honestly, beautiful collection.
And I was lucky too because I bought it just before the price went up, so it was pre-Christmas, just before Christmas.
Stud Muffin, Archie, do you watch your old content and reminisce? Not really. No, I don't.
How do you find seeing yourself on like even now modern stuff? How do you find when you watch yourself? Do you sort of cringe at watching yourself? Or do you
Yeah,
like
I don't
actually
really
watch the
enjoy it. I
content,
don't
or-
enjoy it. I don't like to watch the stuff. I don't. But I tell you what, I've aged. I can see myself aging. Like I look at videos from 5, 6, 7 years ago. I think, fuck.
I was thinking the same thing yesterday. I saw a photo yesterday of
Hey
myself.
guys, I gotta go.
Hey,
All right,
Mikey,
Mikey.
thank you for coming on, man. Thank you so
Love
much
ya.
for coming on. We
See
love
you
you,
tomorrow.
Australia
man.
Day, Mike.
See you tomorrow.
Love all you
Happy
guys.
Australia
See you
Day.
tomorrow.
All the best.
See you, mate.
Archie,
Yes, sir.
sorry, thinking back now, from what you
Yes.
know now,
Yes.
are you looking back and in hindsight, are you embarrassed in any of the videos that you've done in the past?
I don't
Or should I-
mind.
Yeah, or do you regret
I
any of
don't
it?
really mind anything I've done there, but I just wouldn't do a lot of those things now. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
You've evolved.
Not really.
You've gone past that kind of stuff now.
I kind of, to have success in YouTube, and I mean, success is something you got to determine yourself.
Yeah.
I think the journey has been pretty fucking roller coaster-ish. It's had its ups and its downs. If I know now, would I even start YouTube? Probably not. It's a tricky thing. It's a very tricky thing.
Yeah.
But I got to tell you, there's a lot of positives too. I met so many wonderful people. You know, I met people like yourself and Stud Muffin, $2. But your old content made you money and fame. Yeah, well, it's still there. It's still there, but times have changed, and
YouTube's moved on as well.
yeah, the money itself there, to be completely honest with you there, what's changed is it's the streaming which drives Streaming is what drives the business end. This is the pointy end, and it is what it is.
No, because the reason why I asked is because I enjoyed it all. I thought it was hilarious, and I enjoyed every bit of it. But at the same time, people say, "Oh, you know, you got to do this, you got to do like you did before." But that was then. This is now, and it's sort of like you can't manufacture that sort of.
You look back on it with nostalgia in a way. Like some of the things you did, they were crazy, right? And we loved it. But it's like, you know, when you see those cult classic movies, it's kind of that kind of I guess feel to them in a way. Yeah, you couldn't do that stuff now, but it's great that it was done back then, and you can go back and watch them and stuff. Like Boris, the Maurice Lacroix owner, and you know the pizzas out the back of the
Fat Farm,
stuff like that. I mean, you couldn't do that.
That was
kind
funny.
Of
The
stuff now,
Fat Farm was funny.
That was pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
that place is
I'll
closed now. They didn't survive COVID. You know, they didn't survive COVID. I got it. Look, it's a tricky thing, you know. I'll be honest with you. Look, if things end, they end. You know, you've got to keep going. You've got to do what you can do. It's you know, it's like anything. You have your ups and downs. I'm in a bit of a downer, you know, with the robbery and that there. That's kind of very hard to accept, and that does hurt. But I'm trying my best. You know, I got to try my best to push through. So,
did you think as well maybe doing a video on the actual Oxley State High site now as an update, because we haven't seen anything there for ages?
Yeah, actually, the last site they turned it into a housing estate. They have turned it into. I did have a video there. I might go back. I used to like walking around. I am quite a sentimental.
Around, right?
Yeah, it's now a housing, quite an expensive housing estate, and look, it is what it is. This is what kind of happens there, but I think for me, you know, look, it's a difficult thing, you know. YouTube is a very tough business. It's not an easy business to be in. You come on here and you expose yourself. People think, oh, it's so lucky to do this, but there is some downsides to it. And I can see why a lot of funny comedians get really depressed in that there. They kind of have their funny side, something about show business and the way it works. It sort of fucks with yourself there. So you gotta do what is best for you, and sometimes you got to know when to walk away. I'm not at that point. I still like it, and I do things. But you know, it's one of these things. You train people up, and then they desert you. You're the biggest asshole in the world. You know. I got to be completely frank with you there. I'm disappointed how Bear left. He didn't give me much notice. He just said, "Okay, I'm over. That's it," and that's a little bit disappointing, but it's just how it goes, you know. I think he burnt out personally. I think he burnt out.
Yeah, he was streaming a lot, and if he wasn't streaming, he was listening in, and he was in the chats. He was almost 40. I reckon he was on 14 hours a day on the tubes.
Well, I never asked him to do that, but you know what I mean. I never said, "Hey, I want you to do this." And it's sad. He kind of just said, "Look, that's it. I had enough." He kind of says to me, "I didn't back him." And what's disappointing is that he said to me, "Just run a poll, see what they say, see what." And when it doesn't go his way, he gets all shitty at me, and he says, "Oh well, that's it. I'm over. That's it." I don't know. I mean, I could run a poll against me, and I'm sure that they would rig it so that it was shit results. You know, it's.
But did Bear ask to run the poll that time?
Well, I said, I mean, Bear asked me. Bear said I should stream more. He said get a night show going. So I said okay, I'll get a night show, which is what I've tried to do. I got a night show, which goes from 8:30 my time until 10.
Yeah.
I do an hour and a half, right, just to read. And when I ran the show, everyone said we want plastic back. We want plastic.
You know, I remember that, and I agree with having plastic back for the night show, because I think plastic, that's where he belongs. That's perfect, and that's where he wants to be anyway.
Perfect time for plastic because it's after hours. The kiddies are in bed. You know, plastic can be plastic, and if he ends up being a bit of a naughty boy, give him a timeout, a bit of a smack on the wrist, and send him in bed.
Exactly. Nelson Oliveira, $25. $25. Happy Archie, happy Australia Day. Drink some water, no shower scene, please. Thank you so much there.
Thank you for the donation.
Hang on, we're doing this.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zoom, too, for the benefit. Well done.
Look,
there's water in, but you know there's water in the shower, right, Arch?
Yes, sir. I got to tell you, look, to be honest with you there, you know what? I don't know what's real or fake there. I can only try my best in this YouTube space. If it doesn't work, well, that's it. It doesn't work. I think you can't. Every day can't be fantastic. Every day, you know, you can have a good show and not make a lot of money. You can have a crappy show and make a lot of money. You know, there's no fairness or justice in this world. The thing that I see is, for myself, if I can survive in it, well, I'd rather do this shit than get a job with somebody else.
Yeah.
And I think realistically, I still love the watches. I love watches. I'd like to build a collection again. I've got a few things in the wind.
Can I make a suggestion with a collection though? And I'm not talking about what to buy.
No.
Maybe instead of now having 10 or whatever pieces that you had before, look at 3 or 4 really, you know, kick-ass ones and just keep that. So when you go away, you can take them with you, or they're easy to put in a bank safe or stuff like that. Just so, you know, peace of mind, you're good to go.
I'll tell you what, the Bluesy was kicked. That's a lot of money to me.
100%.
I'm not sure what planet you're on, but that was a lot of money to me.
Don't mix what I'm trying to say. The Bluesies kick ass. I'm just saying that, you know, have another 2 or 3 of them and be, you know, end it with that kind of thing instead of you had 4 Patek before, you had the Omega, you had a few Rolly, you had the
I had 4 Patek, 4 Rolex, and I had 3 other things. Okay, but you know what? This business can be very brutal. It's a brutal game. Like I kind of this space, the YouTube space, it can be really, really tough.
Archie, you want to be happy? I'll tell you what you do. The key to happiness, right?
What's that?
Put your wrist out, look at it.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
I remember the time where you used to kiss these things and sniff them and, you know, new money and whatever, yeah? Key to happiness for you. Look at your wrist and give it a kiss. Simple as that. Come on, beautiful.
But at the same time, Arch, at the same time, sure, you know, there's a lot of doubts. You've had you had one of your best years and one of your worst years all in the one year. And and you know, and you've got to look at your sort of like your big positives and your blessings in life. Is that you do have good friends around you. You've got people that do care about you. You know, this is no shtick. And you've made a lot of good acquaintances, a lot of good people, you know, people like Bondage, people like ER, there's people in the chat like Sard, just good people, you know, good funny people.
Yeah.
And people like Madman, shout out to Madman, he's a good
Madman's
guy.
great, love him.
Yeah, Angelic, Curly Q, shout out to Curly Q, he's a good guy. Timely, Mr. GMT, Bergenhardt, JJ, lots and lots of good people. You know, and all your other acquaintances that are sort of like off air, you know. And You got to look
If
at
you want to
that.
know who
man.
cared for you, go back to those videos of when it all happened and look at all the people that band together to help you. Even people that weren't like being on your stream or associating with you at the time, prior to that. Like, for example, JJ, jumped back on the stream, gave you a hand, pitched in.
He did. He still
supported
helps
you,
me out. He sent me.
And that's what I mean, right? So there's a lot of people that care for ArchieLuxury, right, and want to help as much as possible.
Yeah.
So,
And just remember, Bear always said, I will never leave my pontiff.
Yes.
So I think he's taken a bit of leave. That's all it is. How long that'll be, we don't know. But he will never leave you. Okay? He'll always support you. And Tanzil's just a gem of a bloke. He's a good bloke.
Well, even today,
And,
pitched in the chat when he saw things were starting to get a bit stale. He jumped in.
No, he's very good. Barry, £2. Hey, buddy. Hope you're well. Thank you so much. That's much appreciated. I really do appreciate your valuable contribution.
Archie's on the road to recovery.
Yeah, no. I'm very happy with how things are going there. It's great to see you, Undertaker, on the stream. Please come again here. I'm going to wrap this show up in 5 minutes. We're going to do, so that'll be 3 hours, 30 minutes. That's a good long stream. I don't like, this is a nice suburb you've got there. It's a nice suburb. Look at this. Beautiful. Don't dox yourself. No,
I don't think I will.
No, that's exactly it. It's I gotta say, this streaming, it's how do you find the streaming, Timely?
Yeah, it's interesting. So for me, I'm just trying to find my feet with it, to be honest. I guess I need to work a little bit more on being a bit more natural.
I don't think you need to work on it. Just be yourself, man. So I think you're fine, man. I think it's great. I think, look, there's always a bit of running in time to do, but man, it's working fantastically. I love you, man. There's no problems at all. I really enjoy coming on and chatting watches with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I really mean that, man. And how many of these things do you need there? I reckon for me, the Archie 4, sub two-tone, Explorer, Speedy, and Reverso. And then later on, I'd like to add a Patek. Of course, I would love to add a Patek. But
that's what I was going to say. Archie needs a Patek.
You know what? I want the Reverso because that model came up, right? Ooh, look at that avatar. What a cool avatar. I want that model. I want that Reverso because it came up at a really good price. And that's...
So if you were going to get another Patek, just say we're at the 4, okay? Just say we've got 4, and we're about to enter the Patek 5th.
Yeah.
What would you do? Hang on a minute. We got Plastic Freak.
Tuesday, 1 p.m. at Como, locked in for Archie lunch. Thank you so much. That'll be great. No problems. I'll see him then. That's what I'm doing. I'm seeing him.
Plastico, thank you.
Yeah, I got it because that was from Nelson Oliveira. He paid for lunch for me to take the Bluesy boys, and unfortunately, So I'll buy lunch.
Very generous donation.
Yeah, no. I'm happy to, and I'll film a little bit. It's quite. I got to be honest with you. There, it is actually quite. Here we go, Mikolavich.
Happy to bring up the ad. Super chat, and it's yours. No problems.
No worries.
100%. Again, to quote Archie, we don't do shit for free, right? So if you want it,
hey, there's no problems at all there. It's all great fun here. It's all good, guys. We really had a great stream today. I appreciate you guys coming on. Look, we're finding our niche here. There's no problems. Stud Muffin, do more walk-in vids, Arch. Weight loss program. That could be a go. That could be a real go.
The ArchieLuxury weight loss program. What do you reckon?
What was Narc saying? You need to lose 7. Fuck, that's nasty. You don't listen to that.
Let me explain something, right? To Narc and whoever else that's watching. Okay.
Yes.
So my weight will fluctuate from time to time. What I end up doing for me, the only thing that works for me for weight loss, other than getting into some serious exercise, which I do, is going through and doing keto, which I've just started about a week and a half ago, just for fun, just to drop a few kilos. So my goal is probably around 95. So I'm almost what am I? 168 centimeters tall. Sorry for the Americans. Apologies. So yeah, 95. That'll be on point, just to feel a bit more comfortable. That's what
Stud Muffin, $2. Do more walking, Arch. Weight loss program, and we got Plastic Freak, $2. Thanks, Nelson, for lunch. Much appreciated. There we go. Much appreciated.
Hey, Archie.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Before you go,
yes,
I'd
sir.
like to come to Brisbane and have lunch with you boys too, but at the Vietnamese restaurant. Is that possible?
Oh, hey, we can definitely arrange it. You just tell me when, okay? Give me some time slots, okay?
Of course, of course.
And I'll pick you up. I'll pick you up in the Beamer. I'll pick you up in the Beamer. I'll pick you up in the Beamer, and we will go and do lunch. There's no problems at all.
Get the plastic, and the Sabran. And of course, it'll be my shout. Of course.
Hey, no. Hey, Narc, how are you?
I didn't say you need to lose 7 kilos.
Okay, sorry.
Your voice is coming back well, Narc.
Well, I say I am wrong to say you need to lose 7 kilos. I apologise.
No worries.
It's more like 11 or 12. If you're
That's what I was waiting for.
If you're 168 centimeters, you're just a little bit above pocket size GMT. You need to be.
No, then I'm wrong. Sorry, I'm about that much taller than Mr. GMT. So what, about a foot taller than GMT? So I don't know.
What does that mean? GMT's 4'10".
Well, he is a compact fella.
Keep sucking dicks.
Hey, Narc. Your voice is sounding sexy, mate.
So you
no, I think
last night you were saying how much you win on poker and that you're pretty good at and all that. Packet of strepsils should be good.
No, I'm gargling salt and water. That's helped. So all I've had is sore throat, no running nose, no fever. So I don't really get sick. So the gargling salt and water, which I do every day, anyway, that helps.
Well done.
So are you going to go to the naturopath, Arch? I think that's the best way to go.
I've already been to the naturopath. I've already been.
They stick any needles in you?
That's next week.
Oh shit!
All I'm picturing is a balloon bursting. That's all I was picturing when you told me that.
That's okay.
I'll see you later, boys. Have a good one. Happy
Hey guys, I'm going to run the outro, and we will be back tomorrow, and I'll be on in 8 hours' time in Australia. Thank you so much, guys.
Stay sexy, guys, and wear your watches.
Let's run the cheesy outro.